And 94.5 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Do not adjust your dial.
Good morning.
It's Rudy J. Karl Schoenig. Rob is in Vegas celebrating his son's 21st birthday. I think he also, his son's best friend's 21st birthday, and then their other best friend's 21st birthday. It's like a whole family 21st birthday affair. Pretty cool. Karl, how you doing?
Pretty good, Rudy J. Happy it's Monday, but, it's really Wednesday for us.
Break that down.
Well, we're not on air Thursday and Friday.
Yes, programming note. The holidays are here. I mean, you could probably, heck, the show even before us, Key, J. Will, Max, they're all out. This is around the time of the year where, everybody, the summer, and then, right around Christmas is when everybody in radio kind of, TV as well, everybody kind of takes their break. But it's weird, though, because football is at its peak. NBA, most people don't even start watching the NBA till Christmas. So it's kind of weird for us to be off this much, considering it's so much going on.
I would have thought that it would have been kind of summertime where people start doing it.
No, summertime is a lot. Like summertime, people be going 2-3 weeks at a time.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, summertime, it's mostly baseball. And yeah, a lot of radio guys do take off during the summer. But, well, hell, here, I know starting today, halftime and the blitz are all covered up by bowl games. We have like 1,000 bowl games, and we are ESPN, so we have to run a lot of those games. So halftime and the blitz are chilling. I'm chasing down Minix. He needs to come in at 8. Well, you know what? I don't know. We do have Carolina Teague at 8:30.
He can come in tomorrow at 8.
He can come in tomorrow at 8. Yeah, maybe tomorrow at 8. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I need him to wake up though. I want Jason to be awake because I'm awake, because he was off all last week. He's off all this week. Then I think even next week he's off. So
what?
I think he's off next week too. Well, bowl games.
We need the cushy afternoon slot.
Well, the thing about it is there pros and cons afternoon. Getting off at 7 isn't bad, but you're still getting off at 7. Like I'm done by 10. My day, unless I have to do halftime, my day is done by 10. So I'm enjoying the new schedule.
Yes and no. For me personally, I still like to do my play-by-play and color stuff. So like whenever
you can't do 7, right?
No, I could never do it. That was actually part of the agreement of me coming here, was that I was doing the morning show, and not that they were going to take the afternoon away from Pledger or anything like that, but I probably wouldn't have been able to take this job if it were the afternoon show, because I still want to get my freelancing stuff in when I do stuff for ESPN Plus and UTSA, Conference USA Network. So,
excuse me, big time, Mr. ESPN Plus. What do you do on ESPN Plus?
G League stuff.
That's right.
Austin
That's
Spurs. Right. Whenever UTSA will hire me for ESPN Plus. If not, I'll be on their Conference USA Network stuff. And if anybody will ever pay me to be a broadcaster, as long as it doesn't conflict with this, I'll probably be there. I like, getting paid to broadcast. It's fun.
Which one is what's broadcasting? What we're doing right now? What up, Mo?
Yeah, I consider this broadcasting. This is fun. I would do this freelance all the time.
Oh,
but,
no, Karl, just like the management's not obviously.
I am dressed very casual
Are
today.
You?
Yeah, I guess I am.
You just got on a t-shirt. There's nothing wrong with that. We do radio.
You see Pledger sometimes come in here with like a headband, like he's about to hit the basketball court.
No, Pledge come here straight from the gym. Pledge does not miss a gym day. But no, you done with all your Christmas shopping? Everything, anything, everything?
I need to double check now that you ask me, and I'm unsure, but I think I've gotten pretty much everything. It's just kind of, we got to make sure, because it'll be like the 23rd and I'll be like, man, that one.
My wife just been swiping. She just texts me like, hey, such and such needs X, such and such needs Y, such and such needs Z. I'm like, you have the card, you handle the funds. Like, why are you texting me? Like, all you're doing is depressing me. But in pop culture this weekend, a pair of Yeezys dropped. And I haven't, like, for my shoe culture people, like Yeezy drops a lot of shoes. I haven't seen a Yeezy cause up this much stir in a while. Like it's been a while since a Yeezy caused this much stir. I mean, I think the shoe was $260. Is reselling at about $400.
Man.
Yeah, I know somebody. You know somebody that got about 36 pairs. We won't name no names, and sold them all in one day.
Yeah, I was about to say they were sold in transit to him.
One day, yeah, and they ain't even got this door, and he's moved 36 pairs of them. Again, I won't say no names. It's an OG Yeezy. Okay, I was wondering because I was like, again, Yeezy dropped so many shoes, but this particular shoe, it was there was enough out there to where if you really did your work, you could have got a pair. I'm just not, I'm a shoe guy. I love shoes. I'm not going to sit here and act like, I hate when people like, oh, I don't care about Louis Vuitton and this. You just can't afford it. I just can't afford to get as many shoes as I would like to, but I'm not going to be the hater that's like, oh man, I don't care about shoes. Yes, you do. Yeah, you do. We just can't afford them. Like, you don't have to hate on things you can't afford. There was a time where I bought every shoe that came out. I can't do that right now. At some point, I will be able to, but right now I can't. But I like that shoe though. Did you see it?
Yeah, I
gray,
saw.
I think it's like gray with orange, right?
Yeah, I saw there were two. There was also an all black, right? And
I
think
that weird shape one.
Yeah, well, those are Yeezys in general. I feel like they used to be like $1,000-something, $2,000 for a pair of shoes for Yeezys. I think when they first came out.
Yeah, when he first hit the scene, that's how he got to $1 billion.
Man.
And in other pop culture news, I braved the crowd and I went to see Spider-Man.
Oh, really?
Well, see, this is the thing, backstory. So when the pandemic hit 2020, now she's 13, 2020, she was 11, whatever. She decided her hobby when the pandemic first hit was she was just going to become a Marvel head.
Mm-hmm.
She has her little cousin JK. Him and his dad are super Marvel people. So that was her way they've been best buddies since they were born. And that was her way to figure out a way to bond with him. So it was like mandatory for her that we go see this Spider-Man. And I went. Well, first of all the fancy theaters, the cool theaters, I couldn't get 4 seats. Could not find them. Had to go to an older theater. I did feel like I needed to know more backstory, but I enjoyed it.
You didn't see either of the Spider-Man with Tom Holland before, did you? Or it's been a while?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Okay.
I remember the Tom Holland. I remember my other guy. Again, I don't want to. I know there's still people probably haven't seen it, so I'm not going to go way too deep into it. But even though, I enjoyed it, even though I didn't know all the backstory and all the inside jokes.
That's fair. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it was a good movie overall.
It was just a good movie, good action.
Mm-hmm.
In typical Marvel fashion, over 2 hours.
Yep.
Over 2 hours. But I enjoyed it, man. I didn't think I would. I wasn't excited to go, but I was like, you know what? I went to see IMAX Spider-Man. Really, really good movie. Did you cry? No, I didn't cry. I'm not in Marvel like that.
I didn't cry either, and I'm in Marvel.
You've seen it twice, right?
Yeah, I saw
it. So did you
it.
go to Austin to see it?
Yeah, I saw it at 3:00 on Thursday, so I wouldn't get any spoilers. And then Bianca hadn't seen it, and she wanted to see it with some friends up in Austin. So we went to the Bob Bullock Museum, and that is still just a monstrous theater. It's really so
is it
big.
The screen is the big, or is it the theater as a whole?
It's the biggest screen in Texas. It's the biggest IMAX screen in Texas. So so
I can imagine the fight. I mean, everybody knows the fight scenes. I can imagine the fight scenes hit a little bit different.
They were cool, I'm just not really big into the sensationalism of that screen, but it is intimidating because they have you enter right in front of it. The entrance to the theater is like right up, so you're looking at this. I don't want to say it's 100-foot tall screen, but it feels like
it's gotta be.
Yeah, it's pretty big. So yeah, I enjoyed the second time more than I did the first time because I got to kind of like go into it a little less expectations.
Yeah.
And I learned how to control my bladder this time. So I wasn't like dying to go to the restroom and I'm like, no, I don't want to miss this part or whatever it is. So I was able to sit through without leaving at all.
Oh, no, I got up. I mean, again, I'm not into it. I'm not into it like that. Like, I had to, no. I think I missed the first 5 minutes because, again, I went to an older theater and the lines for concessions were stupid. like stupid. And I was like, hey, you know what? I told my daughter, go in there with your mom, go sit down, watch a preview. She's a preview girl, and I'll bring the stuff in. So overall, good movie. I was entertained. My daughter loved it. I think my daughter cried. And again, what's weird about Marvel movies, and we got a lot of stuff to get to, but what's weird about Marvel movies is when you hear the whole crowd break out in applause. Like that happened.
Like certain parts of the movie.
Yes. I don't want, again, I'm not going to give it away, but there's like 2 or 3 parts in the movie where the whole crowd was like going crazy. And I'm like, y'all are different. You know, y'all are super different.
It's like, yeah, the actors are not in the theater with us, just so y'all know.
Yeah,
they
that's
don't
what I'm
know
saying.
that
Me and
you
my
went
wife,
crazy.
Me and my wife are looking at each other like, what the heck? But it was cool. Like, again, I'm in their world. It is what it is. Overall, enjoyed the movie. No complaints. I always that's what I've noticed. Like, I'm not going to be able to keep up with it tit for tat. But when I do sit down and watch it, I like them. Like, I like the Venoms. I liked Thor. What else did I like?
You ever seen Guardians of the Galaxy?
I love Guardians of the Galaxy. Avengers.
See, this is
hit
what
or miss.
I tell people at this point, it's hard to jump into it because it's like, okay, you're not going to be
Too
able to
deep.
understand the next release because you have to catch up on 20 movies and now 5 Disney Plus series.
Right.
And, you're talking about probably 100+ hours of watching Marvel since 2008 to really understand everything that's going on right now.
Because that's what my daughter did. In 2020, she just started from the beginning and just caught all the way up. So anyways, great movie, but not great. Very good. Very good.
I think it's great if you have like really vested interest in the Spider-Man franchise.
Yeah, I still have. I love Zendaya.
She just goes by Zendaya, right? Like that's
she's a one-namer.
Yeah, she's a one-namer. Why is that? Is that just something that
she's that popular?
She's that popular.
She's
is
that
she?
cool.
Was she before the movies? Was she this big?
Oh my gosh!
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know
she
this.
was a star. Well, that's how she got in here. She's a superstar.
Is she fashion? Is that what it is?
She was Disney Channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know Disney Channel.
I knew her because of my daughter. But anyways, Cowboys win. Spurs split over the weekend. They beat Utah, right, which was a exciting game. And then they give us the head-scratching loss to the Sacramento Kings.
Playing to the level of their competition both times.
Right. UTSA Twitter is in their feelings, crying, moaning, and groaning because we found out yesterday. Well, I found out because I followed JJ Perez, and he had tweeted out, hey, there's about 10 guys that aren't going to be playing. We've been given multiple reasons why. Some, I guess, are COVID. Some are, hey, I don't want to play in the bowl game and get hurt. And UTSA fan is not too happy about it. And I'm almost positive we don't have Traylor today. I did not hear from Kyle about having Coach Traylor. I mean, they play tomorrow. And I would totally understand why. I mean, especially with everything going on, you got 10 players not playing. But regardless, we got to talk about that. I got to get them out of their feelings. Cowboys going to the Super Bowl, whatever, Vince. You know what? Yesterday was interesting. If the Cowboys had got shut out by Taysom Hill, the world would be ending. If the Cowboys would have lost to the Detroit Lions, the world would be ending. Yeah, nobody gives a damn that Tampa and Arizona lost to Detroit and that Tampa got shut out by Taysom Hill, got beat 9-0 by Taysom Hill. Those are some things the Cowboys just can't do. Like Cowboys have won a 3-game win streak, I want to say. They won 3 games in a row, all ugly, but they've won 3 games in a row. And everybody's still upset. I was just down on 550 KTSA talking with Trey. He's saying the same thing. Everybody's like, but I'm like, dude, other than Green Bay, 31 teams have problems. Tampa clearly has problems. Tampa's problems are so bad, Carl. Bruce Arians like, yeah, we're going to let Antonio Brown come back. I bet your ass is going to let Antonio Brown come back after you. First of all, Evans has the hamstring. Godwin, I'm not sure what happened to him. Leonard Fournette goes down, and then, Bruce Arians, Antonio Brown's paid his dues. We're going to allow him to come back.
In this COVID world, you need every good body you can
need
get.
Every good body, yeah. I was like, whatever, Bruce. Hell yeah, he's coming back. You just got shut out at home. So, like, why is this not an issue? So today, I'm not going to spend too much time. Because, look, we all know the problem with the Cowboys is Kellen Moore's offense has been figured out, right? It's been figured out. But Jerry Jones told us that they've implemented some wrinkles, and they will save those wrinkles for the playoffs. That's how I interpreted what I heard him say on the fan.
And I see that they're playing a little more conservative. They're just going based off raw talent.
Right. So I'm gonna reserve judgment on Cowboys. Today I want to focus. I'm not gonna spend no hour talking Tampa Bay and Arizona. I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to lose the audience. But I'm not gonna sit here and criticize the Cowboys when I just saw Tampa Bay get shut out at the crib, and I just saw the Cardinals. Yes, they didn't have D-Hop, but they haven't had D-Hop. And I just saw the Cardinals lose to the Detroit Lions. What did I look like talking about the Cowboys when I just saw that happen? And I'm not even no Cowboy fan like that. No, I'm gonna play it fair. I'm not gonna do I'm not doing the Stephen A stuff. I know I'm not doing that. I'm not doing the Shannon Sharp stuff. I'm not doing that. That's silly. I'm not putting my credibility on the line for entertainment purposes. That's stupid to me. No, let's talk about Tampa. Let's talk about Arizona. What are their problems? Again, other than Green Bay, I don't see anybody that doesn't have problems. But we'll get to all of that. Right now, we need to get to the headlines. Carl, 411-210. Talk to me.
Here's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
The Rob's favorite headline. However, he's not around to talk about
F1?
it. No, this is no. That would really be his favorite headline. This is Jake Paul knocking out Tyron Woodley in their rematch, and he moves to 5-0 in his, let's put this in air quotes, pro boxing career.
Yeah. Look, I will be the first to admit to you, I am not a boxing aficionado. I don't know boxing well enough to argue with somebody that eats, sleeps, and breathes it. But to me, it looked fake. It looked set up. It looked staged. And if it was, I'm not mad at it. If it wasn't, cool. But if it was, let's say it was fake. Let's say he took a dive. First of all, he took a brilliant dive. It was an excellent job of acting if it was fake. But like, hey, you sold some tickets. You built up a buzz. There was a knockout. You're going to sell some pay-per-view. Tyron Woodley's career is over. You tell me if Jake Paul calls Rudy J and says, Rudy, I got $1 million for you. All I need you to do is when I signal you to drop the left and I'm gonna hit you with a right and you pass out, I'm doing it. I'm doing that. I'm taking that money. Woodley's career is over. It is hard out here. If you can find a way to get your hands on 7 figures, you do it. To me, it looked fake. There's a lot of boxing people out there that's like, look, the dude was slumped over. He was asleep. There's no way, Rudy. A lot of people see, yes, Adrian, yes, super fake. Willie agreed to get paid. There's videos out there. It looked like he was signaled when to drop the left. Because my thing is like, the only reason why I felt like it was fake because for a fight and a half, Woodley was fighting him scared to get knocked out. Then all of a sudden you drop the left out the blue. You just drop your left out the blue and he hits you on the button and you go to sleep. I don't know. And again, I would do it. Did you think it was real, K-Dot?
No, absolutely not. That looked staged, and I think that's just the way Jake Paul is. He's not an actual athlete. He's an entertainer. He wants to put on a good show. He wants it to be it went viral. It did its job. He got a knockout punch, and it looked real enough that people thought that it was either fake or it was real. But at the end of the day, like you said, they got their bag. They secured their money, and now Le'Veon Bell wants to fight Jake Paul. And, he's going to go up against somebody like Le'Veon Bell, who he could probably, maybe take on because he's not an actual professional boxer. And Le'Veon Bell's a bigger name than the type of boxers Jake Paul probably should be fighting, working his way up the ranks. We got to get this part out of it. Jake Paul's never going to be a contender for whatever weight class he decides to be in. It's just a matter of Jake Paul is the American face of boxing, and we got to deal with that.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, Rudy J, but that's
K-Dot. That's too far.
He's
one of them.
If we were to go
He's
out,
one of them.
If we were to go out to the mall and just start asking people, can you name a boxer, the first boxer to come to your head, and we pulled 250 people, it would probably be one of the Paul brothers. People would just be like, that Paul, looking for anybody random. It doesn't matter. So? I kind of think so, because he trends every time he boxes.
Damn.
I know. I'm sorry to lay those vibes on you.
Moving on.
Headline 1.
Denver Broncos Teddy Bridgewater to remain hospitalized overnight after leaving the game with a head injury, as the Broncos quarterback will stay in the Denver area hospital after sustaining a head injury in the third quarter of Sunday's 15-10 loss to the Bengals. Broncos coach Vic Fangio said that Bridgewater had movement in all of his extremities and would be kept overnight for observation. Everything is checked out up to this point, Fangio said, and they think he should be good and fine.
It's always real when they you see him cut the face mask off. That's when you know things have really gotten scary. But I'm glad that Fangio let us know that he has a movement in all of his extremities. That's a good thing. I won't give you the turnover chain for Fangio.
Fangio, yes.
It's all good, brother. It's all good.
What did I say, Fangio?
I don't know. You said whatever you said. You sound like somebody from Sicily. But hope Teddy's okay, man. Teddy, he's had ever since Minnesota, man. He's had some horrible luck with injuries. So keep me updated on that, man. I'm a Teddy fan. I'm pulling for Teddy. Teddy's no superstar, but I'm pulling for Teddy. I like his game. So keep me updated on Teddy.
I'm scared of the eventuality it seems that'll happen in the NFL, despite all of their rule changes, that somebody someday will die on the field.
Damn, Karl.
I know
First you telling me Jake Paul's the face. Now you telling me somebody's going to die. What kind of energy is this on Monday? No, I'm messing with you. Moving on.
Headline 0.
Los Angeles Lakers' Anthony Davis says he feared a major injury after hearing something pop in his knee, but instead he'll just be out 4 weeks with an MCL sprain.
Your best ability is availability, and Anthony Davis just can't stay available. Not his fault. This time the guy just rolls up on him. It's just bad. That's just bad luck. But the Lakers will miss him. As you saw last night, they get beat by Zach LaVine-less Chicago Bulls team. DeRozan goes for 76 in 2 games on them as they sweep the Lakers this season. Wishing Anthony a speedy recovery. This one is that's just unlucky. Again, I give Anthony a hard time, but that one's out of his control.
I threw this trade proposal out to Rob,
Which
and
one?
He thought about considering it. Anthony Davis for Ben Simmons.
No.
No? Okay, which one? Who says no?
I'm going to tell you why. Yes, Anthony is hurt a lot, but he can shoot, he can pass, he defends. Inside, outside, he shoots the 3. No. Philly would have to give me more than just Ben Simmons. I would need what's the point? What's the guard's name?
Tyrese Maxey, maybe?
I would need Maxey. You'd have to. No. If I'm the Lakers, I say no to that. Again, at least I know I can get. I'm getting 25 from Anthony. I'm not getting 25 from Ben. And then that's another guy. And then what, are you going to put Ben on the block? Because LeBron's going to bring the ball up, or Russ. So where's Ben's role?
They figure that one out on their own. Yeah, that's the funny thing is Daryl Morey seems determined to get a top 25 player back for Ben Simmons. But,
right.
There's people who would argue Ben Simmons is not a top 25 player himself. And then on top of that, rarely in these situations do you ever see a top 25 player traded for a top 25 player. It's usually pieces. Probably go back to the first public trade demand of this whole, stars demanding trades. I want to say that's either AI or Melo. And, neither one of them returned good like top 25 All-NBA caliber players.
You got to also look at it. What did you like what we got for Kawhi in the long haul?
That actually, in terms of a star for star, is one of the better trades. And
how so?
I mean, let's think about the other players. DeMar DeRozan was second-team All-NBA the year that he was traded for Kawhi, right? So you look at Anthony Davis. He was traded for a whole bunch of young pieces such as Lonzo Ball and, Brandon Ingram.
Yeah.
Well, if we just go back to all the stars that have demanded trades, what did the teams get in return for those stars? The Spurs probably got a pretty good haul because it turned into DeMar DeRozan, which is now the Bulls' 2025 draft class, and I think the Pistons' second-round pick this year. I think that's what the Spurs got out of it. And Thaddeus Young, who might still be flipped for an asset. On top of that, Jakob Poeltl and Keldon Johnson. So they still got a pretty good haul for Kawhi, while, I think the Nuggets basically got a whole bunch of role players for Melo. And you look at just, toss out anybody who's really demanded a trade. What did the Cavaliers get for Kyrie Irving, Isaiah Thomas, and Isaiah was good, but he kind of, fizzled out from his MVP caliber season with the Celtics. So, when you do these player demanding trades, DeMar DeRozan is actually pretty good. I just think he got underrated by the national media because he was in San Antonio.
Yeah, for sure.
And he wasn't Kawhi, unfortunately.
Good stuff, K-Dot.
That's the 411 and a 210.
As Rob says, we got to pay for this wonderful show. When we come back, we're going to talk about the win that the Cowboys got up at MetLife. I just was at MetLife. I can say I've been in that stadium for Army Navy. So got to talk some Cowboys. They won. Not going to spend a whole lot of time complaining. It is what it is. It's a division game. Sometimes division games get a tad bit ugly. You can ask Tampa Bay that. They got swept by the Saints. So let's pay for the show. Let's come back. Let's talk some Cowboys, K-Dot. It's R&R in the morning, ESPN 1250 AM and 94.5 FM.
Sports Center is brought to you by Kielbasa Slow Crafted Sausage, available at your local grocery stores.
The Dallas Cowboys made easy work of the New York Giants 21-6 yesterday at MetLife. Dak Prescott completed 76% of his passes for 217 yards and a touchdown. And the two-headed monster backfield of Zeke and Tony Pollard combined for 132 yards and a touchdown from Elliott. The Cowboys improved to 10-4 on the season. The San Antonio Spurs dropped game 2 of their 4-game road trip last night in Sacramento, 121-114. DeJounte Murray put up a solid stat line of 25 points, 9 assists, and 7 rebounds. The Spurs are back in action tonight against the Los Angeles Clippers with tip-off at 9:30 Central Time. And the Houston Rockets tip off tonight at 7 in Chicago against DeMar DeRozan and the Bulls. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Carl Schoening.
River City Oral Surgery. Got a question for you. Do you have a toothache? If you need your wisdom teeth out, or if you know someone who's finally going to go ahead and invest in dental implants, I have one dentist for you to call. That is Dr. Mark Havercorn with the River City Oral Surgery. He is an oral maxillofacial surgeon. He is a dentist. He is a medical doctor. River City Oral Surgery is a full-scope oral surgery practice. They can help you with a toothache to extraction to implants and everything in between. Dr. Havercorn lives here in San Antonio. His beautiful office is on 1604 and I-10. It's across 1604 from Topgolf. Easy to get there. And boy, the care you get, spectacular. But what separates Dr. Havercorn and River City OMS is how they do business. They offer direct care. You don't need a referral to go see them. You simply call them, 210-778-0002. But when you go, you're going to find out that they do things a little bit differently. The price list, there is a literal price list, a menu, how much things cost, from a tooth extraction to implants and everything in between. You see, there is complete transparency here. River City OMS does not go through the hassle of taking insurance. Now, they will help you file, but because they don't take insurance, they can offer you rates that they can beat most every time the insurance prices. Essentially, you will pay less when you go to River City OMS, and they do offer financing. So whether you need a tooth taken out, dental implants, or major facial surgery, I want you to call Dr. Mark Havercorn at River City Oral Surgery. Online at River City OMS. Go there. You'll see the price list. Or give them a call, 210-778-0002. That's 210-778-0002. Dr. Havercorn's My Dentist. He should be yours. Call him today and thank me later.
Looking for a protein-packed snack to power you through the day? Of course you are. Only Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds have the bold flavors that stand out in the Me Too snack aisle. Sea salt and cracked black pepper, pineapple ancho chili, pasilla chili cheese, and more. Take your snacking to higher flavor levels with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. And keto fans, you're going to love this low-carb crunch. Visit your local H-E-B and southernrecipesmallbatch.com to see the power of the rinds.
Southern Recipe pork rinds.
Still looking for the perfect holiday gift? Surprise your family with a getaway to the JW Marriott San Antonio Hill Country Resort and Spa and experience holidays in the Hill Country. Book a winter getaway for 2 nights or more and receive 20% off your stay using code HOL. Relieve your holiday stress at La Tana Spa. Enjoy a round of golf at TPC San Antonio. And don't forget to make reservations at our top-rated restaurants, 18 Oaks, Cibolo Moon, and High Velocity. Visit jwsanantonio.com to book your stay.
Do you want to be a hero for the holidays? How about getting your loved one a new iPhone? That's right. Pure Talk has iPhone 12 starting at just $479 through the end of the year. And yes, they have the 13s too. Switch to Pure Talk. Get great nationwide 5G coverage. Yes, the same coverage as the big guys, but the average family saves over $800 a year. Now that's just smart. There is no need to overpay for Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile. Plus, with Pure Talk's 30-day risk-free guarantee, you have nothing to lose. Unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data is just $30 a month. And like I said, the iPhone 12, just $479 this month. From your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say half off to get an additional half off your first month, plus save on a new phone. That's pound 250, say half off. Pure Talk is simply smarter wireless. Some restrictions apply. See site for details.
Thomas J. Henry Law has more than 2,700 5-star Google reviews from satisfied clients. If you've been injured and need an attorney, don't leave your case to chance. Contact Thomas J. Henry today at tjhlaw.com/radio. San Antonio, Texas.
With just one spray of Microban 24, your hard surfaces are sanitized for up to 24 hours. Touch after touch after touch.
So 6 hours from now?
Still sanitized.
12 hours?
Yep.
18 hours.
We're really doing this.
24 hours.
When used as directed, one spray of Microban keeps killing 99.9% of bacteria touch after touch for, up to 24 hours.
Wow.
Microban 24. The sanitizer 4 out of 5 doctors would use in their own homes. So why aren't you?
Texas Cheer Liquor, your one-stop shop for beer, liquor, wine, and cigars. Follow them on Facebook to keep up with specials and tastings. 4 locations, 2 on Petranco, 1 past 211, 1 at 90 in Montgomery, and the all-new Texas Cheer Liquor next to Walmart Palo Alto Road, Suite 101.
With the safe return of live events, you can actually be there to catch all the action in person with Vivid Seats. That's right, every alley-oop slam, every one-timer, and every sideline grab can be experienced live. And with Vivid Seats Rewards, you can earn free tickets from your very first purchase. Just buy, collect stamps, and redeem. It's that easy. From upper level to courtside, Vivid Seats has you covered for all the events that matter to you. Just visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats. Life happens live.
Dell Technologies' end-of-year sale is the perfect time to upgrade tech. Save big on the latest computers featuring Windows 11 Pro that easily automate workflows. Don't forget to shop servers, storage, and top-brand electronics with savings up to 45% and all with free shipping. Call a Dell Technologies advisor to help you transform your digital workspaces with comprehensive end-to-end solutions. Find the right tech for your business needs at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Sports breakfast for your ears. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning on San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
R&R in the morning. Rudy J, Karl and Rob is in Vegas celebrating with his youngest son. His youngest son just turned 21 not too long ago. So when did he leave? He left Sunday. He left yesterday. So I wonder what is Vegas 2 hours behind us, Karl?
I believe they're on Pacific time.
Yeah, they're 2 hours behind us. So it's only 5:30. I wonder if he got up to, when to check on the substitute.
That's the beauty of our YouTube feed. not only is it live, but it has a DVR feature. So if you wake up at like 9 and you wanted to listen to our, opening segment, you can rewind it all the way back to when we start.
Serious?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just learned. I was today years old when I found that out. So I encourage you to go to YouTube. Shout out to all the early birds, YouTube, Facebook Live. Where else can you watch us?
Just those two places.
Just those two
Twitter's on its own right now, as I don't know what's going on with them. You can also check us out on sasportstar.com.
Twitter's still the only place you can't edit when you mistype. Like, you know what I mean? Like Instagram, Facebook, like if I have a typo, I can go and edit and fix it. Like Twitter, I have to delete the whole tweet.
I hate that. I think that's the cool thing about Twitter, though, because there's no way for someone to go back and edit a tweet and say, "You see, I was right."
True.
Like, what would the time limit be on that? Like, do you get 30 seconds to hit edit button, then you have 30 seconds to edit the typo?
Sometimes I leave out if. Sometimes I leave out the. Sometimes I leave out but. And I just want to be able to go back and fix it. My OCD drives me crazy, so I just end up deleting the tweet.
I get push notifications from Woj and Shams, and Shams is really bad about it, where he'll send a tweet out and then he'll notice something was wrong, and then he'll delete that tweet, basically copy and paste it and fix the problem and post it again. So I think the most recent one was Zion Williamson. In parentheses, he put fractured, and he meant to put fractured foot. So everyone knew that gets the push notifications just in the corrected tweet, but fractured.
Gone.
Yeah.
Then it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys won yesterday 21-6. Dak Prescott 28-37, 217 for 1 touchdowns, 0 INTs. That's the stat for me. I can live with the 217. If I'm a diehard Cowboy fan, 217 does not bother me. We've seen a trend of Patrick Mahomes throwing for less than 300 yards. I mean, I think he threw for 400 on the Raiders, but throughout that win streak that the Chiefs were on, it was under 300, but the key to it was he's not turning the ball over. And if you remember a couple of weeks ago, I said, look, that could take a page from Mahomes' playbook. Take the check down, throw the ball away. Your defense is playing, both teams' defense are playing excellent. No need to force things into windows that are closing fast. Punt the ball and let your defense do what they've been doing all year long, which is make plays, create turnovers. So if that, again, now, do you want to go into Lambeau with only 217? Maybe not. But guess what? They've played their way into the 2nd seed. They're in the 2 seed right now. They passed up Tampa, even though they both have 10-4, even though Dallas lost the head-to-head. Guessing that's division or conference, whatever the case may be, but Dallas is in the 2nd seed. I can live with that. 30 carries. They ran the ball 30 times. I like that. That's balanced. 37 throws, 30 rushes. I can live with that. I have no problem with that. Zeke, it's only 16 carries, 52 yards, 3.3 yards per carry. Pollard, 12 carries, 74 yards, 6.2 yards a carry. Pollard really has pop. When he hits the hole, I guess that plantar fasciitis is doing a little bit better. But the story of the game, the defense being able to create turnovers again. I mean, Diggs with the pick, DeMarcus Lawrence with that was Peanut Tillman-esque, that punch out he had on Saquon. And man, looking at Saquon, let me see what DLP. People need to realize Dak is a good QB, maybe top 5 in the league. Definitely an upgrade from Romo. First of all, DLP, we tolerate no Romo slander on this show.
It's not Romo slander. It's partly true.
Okay. Top 5. And let's go through it. So, Aaron,
Brady, Mahomes.
That's 3. Is he better than Murray?
Murray probably better statistically. A healthy, aggressive Dak, which we have not seen this year in terms of the running performance that Dak, we've expected from him in past years, is probably better than Murray. But let's go ahead and put Murray, and then I think, Dak probably rounds out that top 5.
So Dak's better than Lamar Jackson?
Yes.
He's better than Russell Wilson?
At the moment, yes, for both of those. Not maybe last year, but yeah, at the moment. And, last year, if he just kept things up, he probably could have had one of the best statistical years a quarterback's ever had.
He's better than Josh Herbert?
Justin, yes.
Justin, I'm sorry. He's better than Justin Herbert?
You know, Justin Herbert's having a phenomenal year. Statistically, he's having a better year than Mahomes. You know, I wouldn't necessarily say solidified top 5, but he's arguably top 5. At the end of the day,
better than Matthew Stafford?
Yes.
You sure?
Yeah, I would say so. At the end of the day, all that matters is winning. Are you a winning quarterback? Because Romo was a really good quarterback. He could put up his stats. He didn't have the it factor. It always seemed like he made an interception at the wrong time. And, you know, he put you in a position to win, but then he was sort of the reason you lost, which, you know, is kind of counterintuitive. And I know you said no Romo slander.
No. Go ahead.
But I do think that Romo was a really good quarterback, but he didn't have that it factor to really put them into this where Dak has them right now, 10-win situation.
He's better than Carson Wentz?
Yes. At the moment, yes.
You do know Lamar Jackson has an MVP and been to an AFC title game, right?
Yeah, but, you know, the NFL really is a what have you done for me lately league, and we're talking about right now. And the thing is, Dak is having his worst year running. And I think that's the wrinkle that, you know, Jerry kind of talked about, because you can turn on, become an aggressive runner with the talent that Dak has. And I don't think he's running scared. I just think he's running to preserve himself.
You know what, to be honest with you, I really feel like Dak, he has the Donovan McNabb syndrome. He doesn't want to be placed in he's a dual threat. He's a running quarterback. Donovan would never run the ball either. You know that. You're a Philly fan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you watch some days like, yo, frustrated, like, why won't he run the ball? But interesting comment there by DLP. I don't know if he's top 5.
He's easily top 10, though.
Easy.
Yes.
Easy peasy. Definitely top 10. Saquon Barkley yesterday reminded me why he's one of the better running backs in the league. He looks like he's finally getting his confidence back. But with that team, I mean, would we be mad? Again, I hate when they do it, but would we be mad at Saquon if he said, get me out of here? I refuse to play here.
I wouldn't be mad at the Giants to basically say, we're not going to be good enough to take advantage of your prime.
Right. We're not going to be able to pay you some big contract because we got too many holes.
Get a first-round pick for him.
We're going to move you. They should trade Saquon Barkley. They have too much to do to waste this guy's career. Give me some of those Mike Glennon stats that you spit at me while we were doing show prep.
So Mike Glennon became the first New York Giants starting quarterback to throw for under 100 yards and have a sub-25 passer rating since Danny Cannell in Week 11 of 1998 with a minimum 20 passing attempts in a game.
What's his record?
And he is 6-24 in his career as a starter, and he's 0-8 since 2020. Glennon's last win as a starter was Week 3 of 2017 with Chicago.
Why is he employed?
He has a really long neck. No, I don't know.
No, seriously.
No, I don't know.
How are you 6-24, 0 in your last 8, throwing for under 100 yards? Like, really, like, how is he employed? Like, again, I'm not the guy that's screaming for, you know, Kaepernick. Oh, it should be. I don't even know if Kaepernick really wants to play. I think it's a part of his shtick to make sure you go and buy the Nikes and the merch when it drops. But let's say he was actually out there looking for a job. I don't know what he's doing behind closed doors. I have no sources. I don't know Kaepernick's life. I just know he's followed through on the charity things he said he was going to do, so on and so forth. I know that for a fact. You can look it up.
He's spent like $17 million of his own money to charities. It's crazy.
He's done that. He's done that part. But let's say he is out there really looking for a job. How can you justify hiring Mike Glennon? Like, how does Mike Glennon have a gig? Like, seriously, like, I'm being dead serious. Why is he employed?
He's 0-8 in his last 8 starts. So you and I could literally go out there and give you the same result. If you're trying to tank, we can do it, Rudy J. Pay us $1 million.
Dude, I don't get it.
I don't either.
I don't get it. But whatever. That's why they're the Giants. But on the Cowboys end, you're 10-4. Mike McCarthy talked about that with us last week. Look, we're just trying to get to 10. And then that's when I followed up and I was like, yeah, but next week you're going to tell me, well, we're just trying to get to 11. So I don't even know what that means. But last year you had 10 losses. This year you're already at 10 wins. You still have 3 games to play. All I can do is tip my cap to him. I know football is hard, man. The NFL, it is hard to get wins in this league. I don't care who you're playing, when you're playing, or where you're playing. It is hard to get wins, especially when everything's not going well. And everything hasn't been going well. I mean, Jerry admitted to the slump. We talked to McCarthy Friday. He admitted, like, hey, we're not living up to our standards. So, okay, yes, is there something offensively? But again, you can't show me that. Look at the Titans. Golden opportunity to beat Pittsburgh. They come up short. And I'm going to say this, and I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with me. Mike Tomlin is the second best coach in the NFL.
Who do you got number one?
Bill.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Bill Belichick. But Mike Tomlin is the second best coach in the league, and I don't see why anybody would. I mean, first, I get it. People aren't going to agree with me, but he gets more out of less than anybody that I could think of. They just find a way to win. They never quit on him, no matter what's going on. Remember, he went through the Le'Veon Bell situation, the Antonio Brown situation, Ben Roethlisberger's injuries, offensive line injuries, Ponce, like all types of nonsense. And all they do is all he does is find ways to win. So I can't do anything but tip my cap. I feel like Mike Tomlin, second best coach in the league. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We got to pay for this, but good win for the Cowboys. Ignore the haters. I'm one of them. Ignore us. That's a win. Look what happened to the Cardinals. Look what happened to the Bucks. Forget all the haters. You're 10-4. You're second seed. That's all that matters. So let's pay for this. ESPN 1250 AM, 94.5 FM. When we get back, we're going to talk a little bit of Tiger and Charlie. They went crazy on the back nine. Well, excuse me, front nine and back nine yesterday. Let's talk about it. It's R&R in the morning.
The biggest bowl games, your favorite college teams. It's bowl season, and we've got the games you want to hear on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson, owner of the Thompson Law Firm right here in San Antonio. And for the past 27 years, I have represented people in our community who have been injured because of negligent drivers of cars, 18-wheelers, and company vehicles. I really want you to know that if you're involved in a collision, you need to contact an experienced attorney as soon as possible after the collision. All you may know about an insurance company is what you see on television. If you have ever been forced to make a claim after being injured in an auto collision, there are no jokes, no geckos, no cavemen, no professional athlete endorsers. Just you against a giant insurance company that is represented by skilled adjusters and attorneys who have one job: pay as little as possible. If you've been injured in a collision, please contact an experienced attorney as soon as possible after the collision. I, of course, want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website, alawyerforus.com. That's all one word, alawyerforus.com.
Ugh, my stomach.
Don't worry, I've got you covered.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
What's that?
It's Pepto-Bismol Chews.
Pepto-Bismol's in a chew?
Yeah, they taste great and provide fast relief. And you can always have Pepto-Bismol handy.
Ooh, let me try it.
Try Pepto-Bismol Chews for fast relief.
Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
More than 1 in 3 people will face cancer in their lifetime. Unfortunately, fear can stop you from getting your cancer screening, but it won't stop cancer. Early detection can save your life. Don't wait for symptoms to appear to act. Cancer screening is safe, effective, and accessible for everyone, including free or low-cost screening programs. Go to cancerscreeninfo.com right now for free screening resources and recommendations from the American Cancer Society. Don't wait. Early detection can save your life. Go to cancerscreeninfo.com today. cancerscreeninfo.com.
You need an accurate thermometer to check for fever, a potential sign of flu or COVID. Be vigilant and contact your medical provider at the first sign of fever. Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer has been proven accurate in more than 100 clinical studies. Exergen Temporal Scanners are available at Walmart and other fine retailers. Learn more at exergen.com. That's EXERGEN.com. Exergen is changing the way the world takes temperature.
Every basketball fan knows Christmas time brings us some of the most exciting matchups of the season. This Christmas, DraftKings, an official partner of the NBA, is making the most wonderful time of the year even better by putting big cash prizes under the tree. New customers make your first deposit and play free for millions. Playing daily fantasy hoops is easy. Just pick your lineup of ballers, stay under the salary cap, and rack up points for three-pointers, rebounds, assists, and more. And with a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes, taking in the NBA action this week can certainly be jolly. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. Download the DraftKings app and use code KJM. This week, new customers can get a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes. That's code KJM to play free for millions with your first deposit this Christmas. Only at DraftKings, an official partner of the NBA. Minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
If it's rim wrecking board busting action you want, then come and get it.
Catching a right-hand dunk.
The greatest ballers on earth are doing their thing on the hard court, and we bring it to you. Catch the action on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Don't mind the brake light. We'll get you there. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
R&R in the morning. Rudy J. Karl Shonik. Rob is out. We won't hear from Rob. I mean, because we're off Thursday and Friday. He'd definitely be gone Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So won't hear or see from Rob for a minute there.
Yeah, if he's doing Vegas right, he won't be awake during the show at any point.
A buddy of mine is his fiance posted yesterday, if you don't drink liquor early in the morning on vacations, please don't invite me. That was definitely the post of the weekend for me, because I am the guy. I'm the guy that does too much on vacation. Like, I go too hard, way too early. Like, yes, I will have a drink, and anybody that's traveled with me knows. Like, let's say I hop up at 8, I'm having a drink.
Then we need to go on vacation together, because that's what I do.
Okay,
too.
I don't see the point in like okay, let's say, you know what though, the thing that is, Vegas is the one city though where you don't really have to do that because it doesn't close.
That's true.
So really, there's no rush in Vegas. But like, if I'm like, the last place I went was, well, I went to LA, but that was work. I went to Destin, and that's when I got introduced to coffee and Bailey's. And that was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
That was phenomenal. So, like, you know, places like that where, like, everything closed at 2, like, we probably be home by 12. Like, I'm drinking as soon as we get up. And if you're not like that, don't invite me.
See, I thought Florida closes their bars at 4. Am I wrong about that?
I don't know. I didn't.
No?
Well,
Okay.
I was with friends, so we just kind of partied at we got a 3-story. We had pretty much like a damn mansion.
Oh, then yeah, you wake up and you
wake up and you have a drink.
Put some stuff in, yeah. Put your
You
coffee.
wake up and you have a drink. But anyway, Tiger and Charlie finished second behind the Daily Boys. Did you see the Daily Boys out there in their clothes?
No, but I did see that Charlie and Tiger were wearing the Sunday red.
Yeah,
and
they
black.
wore the Sunday
that was
red.
Cool.
Yeah, they had 11 birdies in a row on Sunday. They caught fire. Yeah, they caught fire, but still got second to the Dailies. But fun, again, I know all the focus is on Tiger and Charlie, rightfully so. They're the ones that move the needle. That's who everybody pretty much tuned in to see. But just the father-son interaction, period, with all the guys, it's super cool, man. Morning, mama. Super cool event, man. Like, because you can't do that with football. Like, Tom can't come and play a competitive football game with his son. LeBron and his son aren't going to play 2-on-2 versus Kenyon Martin and his son or D Wade and his son. So, like, this is really like the only real professional sport where you can see something like this. They're out there with pros, and these kids are good. Like Daly's son, we talk a lot about Charlie, but Daly's son got some game. If he doesn't have, some of the mental issues that his father dealt with, and he could develop a consistent short game, I think he may have a future in the sport as well. So just really a cool event, man. Father and son, nothing like that. So I'm down with that event. I enjoy watching that event.
Yeah, that was cool. And that was the first time that we've seen Tiger since his injury. And it was at least good to see him, walking and playing golf
Dude, it
at
was
a
almost
competitive level, but not obviously PGA competitive.
Yeah, he was close to being an amputee. So you go from almost like, hey, you know what, we may have to cut your leg off, Tiger, to being out at a PGA Tour event with your son. So I clap it up for that event. I watched it last year, enjoyed it, watched it. Well, I'm not going to sit here and say like I watched every stroke, but I did enjoy bits and pieces of it, and I like it. I can dig it. I love when, because I grew up, full transparency, I grew up in the era where if your father was around, it was like, really? So events like that to me touch home. Like, I had a stepfather, I had uncles, cousins, grandfathers, coaches. Like I had enough. I had a stepfather. I had enough father figures where it didn't affect me like that. But I went to school with plenty of dudes that had nothing, nobody. Like my era, like what am I, 44? From like 44, like 35, ages 35 to like 44. A good portion of us, especially blacks, a good portion of us don't know who, what, when, where, why their fathers are. So nowadays and I think that's why sports has evolved. And I think that's why these players are getting even better, because the father is back in the home. Like a generational curse has been broken. Like you look at LeBron and Kevin Durant. LeBron and Kevin Durant were shooting hoops with their moms.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still able to get to this level. Whereas nowadays, like the youth coming up now, the Trae Youngs and the LaMelos and all these guys, their father, whether their parents are together or not is one thing, but their fathers are involved. There was an era of the NBA, NFL where it's just like, nope, you got your pops around, nope, your pops around, nope, your pops is, really? Damn, congratulations. So I think that's why sports has even evolved even farther than it is going to continue to evolve even more, because the father is back in the household and generational curses have been broken. So seeing an event like that for me was super, super cool. So I'm down. Anyway, what? It's time to break already?
We are in a break zone.
Oh my gosh, that hour went quick. All right, let's get to break. What we got at 8 o'clock? We still have Carolina Teague. We got the Spurs Shootaround. That's going to be at 8:30. 8 a.m. we'll get into the NFL rundown. 8:45 we got a victory cigar brought to you by 1911. We still got to talk UTSA. I got to talk to UTSA alumni and fans off the ledge. But do they have a point? So we still have quite a few things to get to. Like I said, 8 a.m. when we come back, we'll talk more NFL. 8:30, Carolina Teague will be with us. They have the Clippers tonight. They went 1-1 over the weekend. Got a victory cigar. Still a lot to get to. It's R&R in the morning, ESPN 1250 AM, 94.5 FM.
Cowboys football is not a gentle game. Cowboys football is not soft. Cowboys football is war. Just don't use that helmet as a weapon. When you want total Cowboys football coverage, get it here on the home of the Dallas Cowboys radio network. This is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Still looking for the perfect holiday gift? Surprise your family with a getaway to the JW Marriott San Antonio Hill Country Resort and Spa and experience holidays in the Hill Country. Book a winter getaway for 2 nights or more and receive 20% off your stay using code HOL. Relieve your holiday stress at Latana Spa. Enjoy a round of golf at TPC San Antonio. And don't forget to make reservations at our top-rated restaurants, 18 Oaks, Cibolo Moon, and High Velocity. Visit jwsanantonio.com to book your stay.
Faith Hill touches the hearts of a lot of people when she sings, "Where are you, Christmas? Why can't I find you? Why have you gone away? Where's the laughter you used to bring me? Why can't I hear music play? My world is changing, I'm rearranging. Does that mean Christmas changes too?" The Gospels remind us that before there was ever the giving and receiving of gifts, there was joy at the birth of a baby. And because the baby was the Son of God, bringing the possibilities of peace and reconciliation everywhere, there was worship. Mary sings, "My soul magnifies the Lord." The Magi from the east bow down and worship the baby. The shepherds in the field, after finding the baby, return to the fields praising God. At the center of this holiday is the Son of God, come into the world to change everything. This is Mark Absher of the MacArthur Park Church of Christ, wishing you, along with our church family, a Merry Christmas. Worship with us this Sunday at 10:30 a.m. We're located east of the airport on Loop 410 at the Starcrest exit. The MacArthur Park Church of Christ, connecting God and people.
Hey, San Antonio Sports Star listeners, this is Michael Kielbasa with Kielbasa Smoked Meats. Thanks to fans like you, you can now buy Kielbasa products just about everywhere. We hope you continue to enjoy our handcrafted, small batch smoked meats because we sure enjoy making them for you. So grab some today and let me know what you think. My number's on the back of every pack. Right by my promise that if it's not the best you've ever tasted, I'll give you your money back. Find Kielbasa at a store near you today.
If you've been hurt in a crash, do your research. You'll find plenty of lawyers out there. They'll probably do a fine job, but ask yourself, is fine really good enough for you and your family? Don't leave your case to chance. Contact Thomas J. Henry today. San Antonio, Texas.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
And now it's Geico's Motorcycle Rules of the Road. Before you ride, make sure your mirrors are clean and adjusted properly. And if you're going on a group ride, make sure the lead biker knows where they're going.
Ed, quick question. Where are you taking us?
Oh, I have no idea. Well, am I the leader? Because I was following that dude with the red helmet. Where is he?
And the rule to saving on motorcycle insurance is, in 15 minutes, Geico could save you 15% or more.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Changing your oil. We've got what you need. Regular changes are the best way to keep your engine running smooth. We'll help you find the right oil for your make and model and everything to help you finish the job right, like drain pans, filters, and funnels. And we've got more ways to get it all fast, like our next day delivery and our free same-day pickup, in-store or curbside. Getting the job done just got easier. Restrictions and details at AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Dell Technologies' end-of-year sale is the perfect time to upgrade tech. Save big on the latest computers featuring Windows 11 Pro that easily automate workflows. Don't forget to shop servers, storage, and top-brand electronics with savings up to 45% and all with free shipping. Call a Dell Technologies advisor to help you transform your digital workspaces with comprehensive end-to-end solutions. Find the right tech for your business needs at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
5G is here, but the big carriers want you to sign a pricey long-term contract to get in on the action. Well, no more, because Straight Talk Wireless has rolled out 5G coverage nationwide, with plans starting at just $35 a month with no contract. And get a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G for only $299, all on America's best networks. 5G coverage, 5G phones, less money. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required, actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
One team, one mission. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the 8 o'clock hour. Rudy J. Karl Schoenig.
Good morning.
Rob, quarterback. I mean, hell, everybody else is without their quarterback, whether it be injury, whether it be COVID. Everybody else is without theirs. Yeah, Rob is in Vegas, man, having a good old time with the family. I think both of his sons went. Yeah, I think Jack went too. Yeah, Jack went. Clay, wife, other couples. Traveling with couples, you have to set some rules, not rules, but it just has to be known that, hey, at any moment in time, y'all can all go, everybody can go and do their own thing. I think that's the best way to do it. Because I learned early on, like, I don't know, my 20s, when everybody tries to do everything together, it's going to be a headache. I don't need seafood. I'm still not dressed. I don't want to go there. They play this kind of music. I think when you set the precedence, like, look, if y'all want to go and take a nap, y'all go take a nap. We're going to the beach. Y'all don't want to go to the beach and y'all want to go sightseeing, y'all go sightseeing. Like, as long as some precedence is set that everybody can do their own thing and nobody can be upset about it, then I think it makes for a better trip You ever done like, because like I've done some where it was like, quite a few couples, and it goes like they could go again early on in age, it's like, damn, such and such get on my nerves. They don't want to be here, they don't want to do this, they don't want to do that. But then as you get older and everybody kind of do their own thing, everything goes much smoother. You ever traveled with multiple couples?
No, I can't say that I have, but I've been on trips with other people, and you're right. You can't try and be on the same schedule together the whole time. It's like we'll link up, we'll meet back up here.
Exactly.
I went to Panama City for spring break back when I was in college, and that was an experience for sure. And I want to say there were like 2 car loads worth of us, and then a couple other people were meeting us. So we had probably like 15 people staying in one place. And, it was definitely, we just said, okay, if we get lost, face the Gulf of Mexico and, keep walking left down the beach. And we're
I can't
we were
do
like the last house. Yeah.
I would have been lost. I can't do that. You can't tell me, like, if you start giving me directions and you say north, south, east, or west, I don't want to fight you. Don't tell me north, south, east, or west. You got to tell me, go up here, hit a left. I'm not a compass. I'm not Crocodile Dundee. I need real directions. I'm not like a Marine. You can't tell me, oh yeah, just head north. Like what's north? I don't take directions like that. Again, I may be slow. I don't know.
But yeah, no, I get where you're coming from, where you gotta have, especially if it's like you and your significant other, just go ahead, plan something with them, and then maybe within the 2 of you find something to do with the rest of the group. But it all has to be optional for the group.
It has to be, and also but it is easier traveling with just your significant other or just to your homie.
Oh yeah,
when it's just your significant other, then y'all are just, let's try this, let's try that, let's do this, let's do that, and there's no like, you're not worried about it. But I'm a group project person. My wife gets on me about that. She's like, you always want to do stuff with the group. I just want to do our date night. I just want to go somewhere with just us. Like when we're like, because if she says, hey, I want to do something Saturday, I start texting everybody like, yo, we getting out Saturday. Y'all let us know. We're going to be out. Let me know if y'all want to meet up. And she's like, I thought it was going to be date night. It was supposed to be date night, but I can't help. I can't help it. I'm a group project person.
Yeah, you are, because you were saying how you can't go to the movies alone. Like you need somebody to be with you.
Yes, I need someone to go to the movies with me.
Yeah. It's a movie. You're not going to be talking to them.
That's true. Great point. That is a great point. But I don't know, man. I like my circle, and I like being around my circle. But I did do a date night Friday. Was that Friday? Yeah, Friday I made a little reservation. I ain't gonna say the whole restaurant because they ain't paying me. But made a nice little dinner date. Had a little dinner date. And see, that's the thing about dinner dates. See, my wife is big on dinner dates, right? But then we like, oh, after dinner, gonna hit a few bars. You know what I mean? But then after dinner, we're like, oh, I ate too much. You think we should just take it home? And she's like, are you sure? And I'm like, if you want to. And then she's like, well, I don't know. Do you want to go out? And then deep down, both of us want to go home. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we ate too much. It's like, yo, we already ate too much. Both of us want to go home, but both of us don't want to disappoint each other because we both like the bar hop here and there. But sometimes I think that's the key to it. Like if you're gonna do date night, it's got to be appetizers. You can't go appetizer, entree, few drinks. Like you're gonna be bloated. Shirt fit different. I'm not going to the movies alone. Player says shirt gonna fit different. Like the shirt was fitting nice before dinner. After dinner, it's like I really don't like the way it looks. I'm kind of sluggish. That margarita had too much sugar in it. I got heartburn. Let's take it to the crib. I don't know. I think date night has to be appetizers if you're gonna want to turn it into a full night.
Yeah, and Botel Franklin says no one wants to use a bar restroom. And that's those things are all fair. I think.
Oh yeah, I don't do that. I don't use the restroom like that in public.
I used to be able to shut the bars down, and I can't remember the last time that I was at some place where they had to kick me out at 2 a.m. It's been a while since I've been, let's hit what used to be San Marcos the Square. And but I think the pandemic plays a little bit into that. We've become so comfortable in our homes that we're okay with it.
I've shut down a few recently.
Still?
But
Okay.
I just can't. I can't eat. Like, let's say we're gonna go out. Let's say we're planning on a night out on the town. I have to eat at like 5, 6 o'clock, then go out at like 9, 10. Then like I'm good. But trying to go to dinner, like a full, really nice dinner, and then go immediately into a bar, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Like I found out Friday because I got a buddy coming in town this week. We're supposed to go eat, and then we're supposed to hit the town. This is Thursday night. Friday night, let me know. I'm gonna probably have like calamari and some water. Because if I go full entree, I'm not gonna be any good to anybody.
Texas Cheer, look, you got any cognac you can just kind of have in your car and keep it in the trunk and have a little digestive?
You know what? I hate that I'm like that, but I do have wino tendencies. And when I hit the night out on the town, I do throw a bottle in the trunk. Just like, you know what? You never know. And not because I'm like riding around just like, yo, pull over, stop drinking. It may turn into an after party. Somebody may be like, hey, let's go to my spot. You're gonna keep a bottle with you. I might go to 1911, which is BYOB. Keep a bottle with you just in case. You never know when there's a house party or you're gonna go to 1911. You never know when it's gonna jump off.
You see, that's what I do.
But I'm not avoiding paying for drinks. Like, yo, I'm gonna go to the car for about 10 minutes. Y'all be back. I'm not doing that.
No, I know what you mean. But like that's what I do when I feel like I've had a little too much, but I still want to hit a bar. I get some cognac.
Cognac?
Yeah, it's designed to be a digestive to help you, feel a little lighter in the stomach. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. You have it after meals. Mm-hmm.
So I should be drinking cognac with my meals?
After your meal. Like once you're done with your meal, it's a digestive. So if your meal's sitting a little heavy on you, have a little cognac. I like a little more than a little, but it's good stuff. And whiskey does sort of the same thing, but I think your people over at
Texas
Cheer would be able to tell you for sure. But I'm pretty sure that's the tradition. You get some cognac after kind of a heavy meal, and it lightens my stomach.
That's a great fun fact. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You just got you some. Did you crack that Buffalo Trace that Jason bought you?
No, you see, my ice machine is broken, and I can't.
On your fridge?
Yeah, I can't drink whiskey straight. I can actually, and I do because it's broken.
You don't ever drink it neat?
I do. I actually do, but I just ordered some silicone ice makers, so ice trays with a little sphere and a little cube, and those come in today. So today I'm gonna have some because I want to.
I like the sphere.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is about the sphere that makes me feel like 007. I like the sphere. I like the sphere a lot. So yeah, man, good times this week. Yeah. So again, I did date night Friday. What did I do Saturday? Saturday I went to the movies. Sunday, my wife had a fashion show I had to help her with. So I had a full weekend of family time. So,
nice.
Yeah.
This was my Christmas with my parents this weekend. So Bianca and I went up to Austin and spent the Saturday with my parents. What did we do Friday? We did something Friday.
Did y'all spend the night with them?
Yeah. It's easy enough to stay up in Austin because we drink. My family and my parents are wine people.
Oh, okay. Are you allowed to sleep in the same room, or since y'all are married, y'all have to sleep separate?
No, we sleep in the same bedroom.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You never know.
No. I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, because sometimes you're like, yo, I don't want to disrespect mom's crib. I'm gonna sleep on the couch.
That's fair. No, I understand those people, but they know that
they're cool. Like, y'all already live together. It's whatever.
Yeah, it's not like it's I Love Lucy where we're in separate twin beds or anything like that.
You never know, because sometimes it's always weird. Like, how long y'all been together?
Almost 2.5 years. I want to say it's around then.
Y'all good then. Y'all supposed to stay in the same room. We're supposed to get to NFL, but I started talking about my weekend. Let's get to headlines. Maybe there's some NFL in the headlines. Karl, 411 and 210.
It's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
Does this count as NFL headline? As Darren Williams beats Frank Gore via split decision in boxing exhibition between the ex-NBA and NFL stars.
That was nasty. Like, and I'm not meaning in a good way. Like, that was horrible. And Darren, at least, you know what I give Darren Williams credit for? At least after the fight, he was like, you know what, I'm going to go sit my old ass down and let the professor do this. Like, he's like, you know, when I was training, I was in good shape. And then as soon as you get in here and you get hit, it all goes to crap. Like, you could tell the difference in a pro fighter, a real fighter, and this, some guy that does it casually.
They're brawling. They brawled is what I kind of equated to. Like, there was even a shove there by Darren Williams.
Darren shoved him through the ropes. Like, Frank Gore was looking at him like, say, bro, this is supposed to be an exhibition. You know, that was gross. Like, that was nasty. That wasn't good for anybody. It wasn't good for Darren. Darren's body is nasty. You know, I'm not sexy either. I'm not sexy at all. But Darren's body is nasty. You know, like, bro, you look like Tyson Fury, but you like 7 inches shorter. Like, it was, Frank didn't belong. Like, nobody, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that, man. Like, that was bad. I hope they both retired. But no, that don't count as NFL.
No, it does not.
Moving on.
Headline 1.
Phoenix Suns' Devin Booker returns in a win versus Charlotte Hornets after missing 7 games as the Sun Guard returned in a 137-106 win over the Hornets on Sunday. After missing the past 7 games with a left hamstring strain, Booker suffered the injury in the second quarter on November 30th against Golden State. He scored 16 points and hit 4 3-pointers in his return, but only had to play 26 minutes as the Suns led by as many as 36 in the blowout win.
Can the Suns win it all, Carl?
Yes, they are on the short list of contenders. I would say if there's 6 contenders, they're one of the 6. I think that they have a better chance than the Lakers.
Who is the Suns? Who's the only team, or what are the teams that can keep the Suns from making it to the finals?
Jazz can do it. The Warriors are probably the favorite to come out of the West. And that's really about it. But I could also see the Lakers beating them in a 7-game series, but I'd still give the edge to the Suns.
Yeah, because, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm having fun. They're one of the few teams that I'll sit down and watch. But I'm just wondering, like, am I watching this all for nothing? Like, do they have what it takes to get back? They were just there in the finals. They were up 2-0, and Giannis went crazy on them. I'm just wondering, you know, it's a long grind to get back to the, you know, to get all the way back to the finals and then get over the hump. I'm just hoping I'm not wasting my time watching this team, because I spend a lot of time watching Phoenix because, again, I think they're exciting. They're playing with the chip on their shoulder, but can they beat the Lakers? Can they beat Golden State? I just wonder, am I wasting my time?
They're going to be buyers at the trade deadline. And
really?
Yeah. You know, they have Dario Saric's like contract. Yeah, they're going to try and get who they can, and this is a good trade deadline to be a buyer. And if you're a contending team, I don't think they're going to be able to get a Miles Turner, but if they can get a Miles Turner, that probably makes them the favorites out west. It's going to come down to what piece do they get at the trade deadline, because I do think not having that floor spacing forward like Saric that they had last year on their trip to the finals, when he got injured, that was basically the turning point of the series against Milwaukee.
Didn't even think about that.
You know, they probably are one piece away at that forward position. And then, yeah, you know, I think that's probably going to be the thing that keeps them from getting over the hump that will be the Warriors. No matter who you are, you're probably running into the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals. I kind of think that Golden State's going to win the championship the way they're playing.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to have a big swing and a miss on the Lakers. I just didn't really feel like anybody was going to be able to compete with them. And I don't even think it's because they're old that they're not going to win. It's just because their offense is so bad. Their offense, like, I watched the Bulls game last night, and I watched the Lakers a few times this season, more than a few, because I had them winning it all, because it's just like, there's no way Russ, LeBron, and Anthony Davis lose with all that depth, even though they're old. But when you look, like, they literally just isolate every time. It's either AD before he got injured, LeBron, Russ. It's literally, there's no ball movement, there's no body movement. It's just one guy gets the ball, calls for a screen, and the other 4 guys stand around. It's awful. Again, that has nothing to do with old. It has nothing to do with injuries. They just don't have any offense. That's so easy to guard come playoff time. So I'm holding on to it, but it don't look good.
Yeah, Lakers Twitter is calling for Frank Vogel to be fired, but I think it's too late for something like that to really have an impact on the season.
Yeah. Moving on.
Headline 0.
Where do we start with the NBA's COVID problem? As Andrew Wiggins enters NBA's health and safety protocol, Kyrie Irving entered health and safety protocol, Trae Young, Kevin Durant, countless role players. I want to say there were 50 players that entered health and safety protocols just last week, and that's 50 of the 76 that have entered health and safety protocols on the season.
I know Baker Mayfield just put on his Instagram like, yeah, I'm thankful that I didn't get any symptoms whatsoever. From what I'm reading, a lot of these guys don't have any symptoms, so that's a blessing. But it also shows me this, what is it?
Omicron.
Omicron is super catchy, right? It's like
yes,
it's easily passed.
It's the highest transmission variant that we've had.
But from what you've read, and we're not scientists, we're just going off what we read. From what you read, it's not as strong as the Delta as far as like symptoms.
Yeah, so far, at least short term, it looks like it's either no symptoms or very mild symptoms, but it is easily passed around. So
it seems like it's super easy. Like, I don't like, this is crazy.
That's where the issue is because there aren't really any symptoms, and the science has said that if you don't have symptoms, you're less likely to transmit it. However, that was for the previous variants. Right now, we don't know how it's necessarily working, which is why I think health and safety officials are reluctant to give the NFL and the NBA what they want, which is if you're not showing any symptoms, you're still allowed to play despite a negative or positive
We don't have
test.
enough information on it.
Yes. And, then to the people who have been negative, is that fair that all of a sudden they test positive because, we allow Kyrie Irving to go out and play despite testing positive and not having any symptoms?
Yeah, Kyrie was eligible to play for all of 36 hours?
I think that was his first test back.
Yeah,
as soon as he got back to the, playing with the Nets.
That's insane, man. And again, like we talked about it with the Bucks. The Bucks are like, yeah, Antonio Brown, come on back. The Nets, hey, Kyrie, no hard feelings, come on back. I mean, right now you just need bodies. NBA postponed, 5 games yesterday?
I think that's about right. And, Christmas is going to suck. I think you sent a meme to the group. It was something like Wayne Ellington versus Patty Mills is going to be the Christmas Day marquee matchup for the Nets Lakers.
Yeah, this first of all, wishing everybody good health. Again, we're clearly still in we're still in a pandemic, right?
I want to say no. England has called an endemic, which means we're just going to have to live with it like the flu.
I'm reluctant to say that because I'm not smart enough. I haven't done any research on it, but I do. That's crossed my mind. Like, okay, well, if nobody's really like that, I guess this is just one of those things where it's like, you got to deal with it, but I'm not qualified, so I'll shut up.
Yeah, and then we tread slippery water bringing on any kind of actual medical professionals because then they're going to have their credentials checked.
Right.
From what I understand, from what I've read from medical journals, it's impossible to make it impossible to test positive because the real thing is when you get sick, the virus gets into your muscular system where it's easier to breed. And I'm going total layman's terms here.
Yeah, you're all the way in the woods.
But they, they thought about that. Like the question is, how do you get somebody to never test positive? And the answer is in your ears, your mouth, your throat, where you collect your samples for your test. You can't kill everything that lives in there because it would kill you. So that's sort of the reasoning there. The main point of the vaccine is to make sure it doesn't get into your muscular system where it can spread throughout your body and kill you. Fingers crossed. But, the more variants that pop up because of, really this is because of poorer countries not having the vaccines. Yeah. And then it spreads to places that are vaccinated. They're not vaccinated against this variant, which is why, I wouldn't say that the NBA
I don't think we're vaxxed for this variant.
I want to say that so far, if you have your third shot, you're protected from it, but that doesn't mean you can't test positive.
No, you can still test positive.
Yeah.
The thing that's crossed my mind what you said about England. Good morning, Bob Martin. But I also always want to maintain my sensitivity towards people that lost people. You know, regardless the variant, you know, like, hey, watch what you say, because there's people that legit lost people to this virus. So you got to watch what you say when you're like, oh, well, we just got to live with like flu. Like somebody call like, hey, well, actually, Rudy, I lost 2 family members, a cousin and a friend to COVID. So what are you talking about? The flu. So I try to, all I do is report the news, and I don't really have an opinion one way or the other on any way to fix it.
Yeah, and I don't mean that to diminish
No,
it
I
in
know.
terms of comparing it to
You
the
just
flu,
said
but
what
it's
England
just going
said.
to be out.
No, first of all, you said you just repeated what England said, and that's all. That's all we can do here at Sports Talk Radio host. Good stuff, K-Dot.
That's the 411 and a 210.
When we return, we're going to be joined by Carolina Teague. She's back home. Rock the mic winner, I want to say number 2. I'm going to throw some fastballs at her, make sure she's been doing her Spurs homework. I told her, hey, I'm going to make sure you on point. You ain't going to be coming on here just chilling now. You got to be on point if you're going to be the Spurs insider. Nah, she's great at what she does, very passionate about what she does. I'm looking forward to talking to her at 8:30 about the Spurs and Utah and Sacramento and what they're going to do tonight against the Clippers. So, R&R in the Morning, ESPN 1250 AM and 94.5 FM. Excuse me. I have like a little tickle, little hair, like something's back there. I don't know if it's popcorn from Saturday. I don't know. But maybe I need to wash it down with some, what did you tell me? Cognac. Yeah. Texas Cheer Liquor. Man, Jason Minix hooked us all up. He was out there last Thursday, and he got everybody a bottle. He got Carl and myself a bottle of Buffalo Trace. He got James Pledger a bottle of J-Mo. He got Rob a bottle of Rumple Mints because Rob, for some reason, went to Texas A&M and has never had Rumple Mints. And he also got Rob a Maker's Mark. And, you know, Jason's simple. Jason's really not a liquor guy. He probably bought himself an 18-pack of Miller Lite. I don't know. We're in New York, and I told him, like, dude, well, while we're in New York, you cannot order Miller Lite. You're embarrassing me. At least get a Stella. You know what I mean? Don't order Miller Lite in New York. It's weird. But he did anyway, and some places had it, some places didn't. But Texas Cheer Liquor, one-stop shop for beer, wine, liquor, and cigars. They have 4 locations, 2 on Petrenko, 1 on Petrenko all the way past 211. The 3rd location is Highway 90 in Montgomery, and the all-new Texas Cheer Liquor is at the Palo Alto exit of the Patron Plaza right next to Walmart. You cannot miss it. It's the only liquor store out there. Store number 4 is booming. If you go to TexasCheerLiquor.com, look over what they have, and they don't have what you're looking for, let them know. They have no problem ordering it. I ordered about 30 bottles of Mad Dog 2020 for my birthday, mixed it with Sprite, got everybody nice and toasty. Make sure they got it in the Uber home. So when they don't have something that you need, they will order for you. Young lady Pat here has gotten 2 kegs from them. She's a big fight night party gal. She's gotten 2 kegs from them. They deliver the keg. They pick it up. They just take care of you. They want to make sure everything is convenient. They want to make sure they got what you need, and that is what they do. So go to TexasCheerLiquor.com, or if you're a new guy, you want to download the app, go to Texas Cheer Liquor app, download it. They have it all, and the cigars are on point. The humidor is on point. Just went in there this past Thursday with the owner, AD. He said, hey, man, how am I looking? What's my stash looking like? How's it feeling here? I said, you know what? Great variety. Temperature's on point. I bought about 4 or 5 cigars. A1, didn't have to put them in my humidor for 6 weeks to get them right. So Texas Cheer Liquor, it's your one-stop shop for beer, wine, liquor, and cigars. Go to the website, download the app. That's Texas Cheer Liquor.
Sports Center is brought to you by Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. Available at HEB.
The Dallas Cowboys made easy work of the New York Giants 21-6 yesterday at MetLife. Dak Prescott completed 76% of his passes for 217 yards and a touchdown. And the two-headed monster backfield of Zeke and Tony Pollard combined for 132 yards and a touchdown from Elliott. The Cowboys improved to 10-4 on the season. The San Antonio Spurs dropped Game 2 of their 4-game road trip last night in Sacramento, 121-114. DeJounte Murray put up a solid stat line of 25 points, 9 assists, and 7 rebounds. The Spurs are back in action tonight against the Los Angeles Clippers with tip-off at 9:30 Central Time. And the Houston Rockets tip-off tonight at 7 in Chicago against DeMar DeRozan and the Bulls. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Carl Schoening.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson here for Orasti. Got a question for you. Do you feel stuck in pain? Are you living with something that you know you can get rid of and you're just waiting for it to go away? If you're living on the daily with pain, you need to call my friends at Arasti. They are experts, literal experts at getting you out of those soft tissue injuries, those chronic pains that just lag and linger and keep you out of having fun in life. Now, Arasti providers are all around San Antonio, and they're easy to find. If you go to the website, arasti.com, I'm sure there's one less than 10 minutes away from you. You never need a referral to go see an Arasti provider, so pick up the phone, make the call. It's 1-800-404-6050. Again, 1-800-404-6050. You know, when you go see an Arasti provider, first of all, you're going to get a full initial consultation, and they're going to find out exactly what the problem is. They're going to find the reason for the pain, and amazingly enough, they're going to get in there and fix that, and the pain goes away. I know that sounds very basic, but it's in fact true. So many physicians get caught in the long-term treatment program, the pills, the medication, the therapies that are going to prolong and sometimes kind of fix. This is not what Arasti does. They get you back in the game fast, using your body's healing potential to fix itself. I'm not talking about over-the-counter medications or long-term treatment programs, not surgery. This is your body fixing itself with the aid of an Arasti expert. Call an Arasti provider today. Don't live your life in pain. Get yourself back in the game. Call Arasti today, and I'm sure you'll thank me later.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson, owner of the Thompson Law Firm right here in San Antonio. And for the past 27 years, I have represented people in our community who have been injured because of negligent drivers of cars, 18-wheelers, and company vehicles. I really want you to know that if you're involved in a collision, you need to contact an experienced attorney as soon as possible after the collision. All you may know about an insurance company is what you see on television. If you have ever been forced to make a claim after being injured in an auto collision, there are no jokes, no geckos, no cavemen, no professional athlete endorsers. Just you against a giant insurance company that is represented by skilled adjusters and attorneys who have one job: pay as little as possible. If you've been injured in a collision, please contact an experienced attorney as soon as possible after the collision. I, of course, want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website, alawyerforus.com. That's all one word, alawyerforus.com.
1911 Cigars in Cibolo is the premier cigar lounge in South Texas and a must-stop for holiday shopping. Get your stocking stuffers at 1911 Cigars, like cutters, lighters, 5-packs of cigars, and 1911 gear, shirts, hats, whiskey glasses, coasters, and more. 1911 Cigars also offers gift cards, memberships, and lockers. Make your holiday shopping easy and go buy 1911 Cigars at 207 South Main Street in Cibolo. Online at 1911cigars.com.
Joel, I love this time of year, and I love my latest marketing idea. Take a look at these quarter moon Christmas tree ornaments. Merry Christmas.
Nigel, that's a picture of you dressed like an angel? Do you think people would want that hanging on their tree?
Of course, we both know I'm extremely popular, and well, the name Nigel is known all over the city.
Yeah, about that. How many of these did you actually order?
Thousands, Joel. I got a huge discount for ordering double. They even put my face and my name on every single ornament. See, right there in big letters, Nigel.
No, put on your glasses. That says Miguel.
What?
Folks, don't let AC, heating, and plumbing issues ruin your holiday spirit. One call to Quarter Moon at 651-5899, and we'll quickly send out a technician to your home or office faster than Santa's sleigh and bring you the gift of plumbing and AC repair. From all of us at Quarter Moon, Merry Christmas. And Miguel, Merry Christmas.
Ah, humbug, Joel.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 210-651-5899.
License number M13229 TACLA 000743458E.
I'm Dr. Andrea Russo, a cardiologist. Maybe you're waiting to talk to your doctor right now. But if you're having an irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, don't wait. This could be a serious condition like atrial fibrillation, which can make you about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you're having these symptoms, don't wait. Talk to a doctor by phone, online, or in person.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Fansville, a college football utopia. Fansville. Where the lakes are stocked with ice-cold Dr. Pepper, and the autumn winds rustle with the sweet smell of football glory. And Dr. Pepper. It's a land flowing with onion dip, where even the food pyramid is shaped like a hot dog. Footlong. Where every yard gained is a yard worth celebrating, and every celebration is beyond excessive. With ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Return to glory this season with Fansville by Dr. Pepper. Grab some today.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a speed bump. Did you hear what I said? I'm a speed bump. And if you have cut-rate car insurance, the cost to reattach your muffler could really be a bump in the road. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Home of the jolliest bunch of this side of the Nut House. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM. R&R gets you ready for tonight's game. The Shootaround.
R&R in the morning. Come on, Carl. I don't sound like it. Come on. All right.
Yeah, you're on.
Okay. I couldn't
You're
really hear
on and
myself.
live.
R&R in the morning. Rudy J, Karl Schoening. Rob is in Vegas. We're now joined by Mrs. Rock the Mic, Mrs. Carolina Teague. How are you doing this morning, Miss Teague?
Good morning, guys. I'm doing really good. My head looks much bigger today on the camera.
Yeah, you like
I used to be in the corner.
Yeah, you like you up close and personal today.
When we have 4 people on, it expands
Yeah,
wide.
when it's 4,
it's
we go
wider
out,
angle.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rob is in Vegas. So
Yeah, I know. What's he doing in Vegas?
celebrating with his son. His son just turned 21.
Nice.
Well, he's not really celebrating. It's with his son. He's more there as a sponsor. And then, he's paying for his son to go do his own thing, and Rob goes and does his own thing. So he's just there as an ATM. That's all.
He better come back with some big money.
Yeah. How was your weekend? Everything going well?
Actually, I was out this weekend with the Salvation Army, and we're going to be out again at the Walmart on 281 and 1604. And we're going to be trying to raise money for the Salvation Army for the Parade of Kettles. We're trying to save Christmas. So if you guys are out and about and want to stop by from 3 to 5 tomorrow, 281 and 1604, we'll be out there raising money. Me and my friends will be out there. And then we also had a wild weekend. It was pretty tumultuous weekend for me other than that.
Well, okay. Well, good luck to you and your kettle. I got about 1,400 in mine. I've raised about 1,400 for Salvation Army. So, but I mean, Kansas done like 11 grand. Other people have done like 4 or 5 grand. I'm way behind, but I'm doing the best I can.
You have way more than me. I have $165 in my kettle. So you're like,
I had a huge donor.
You're like acting like it's not like
No,
light, like it's so
it needs
easy
to be more.
get a grand in.
My goal is 20. My goal is 2,500, so I'm 900 away. So y'all need to help me out. Let's talk about the Spurs, Carolina. This weekend, they have a great game. They win a great game against Utah. Karl had his chest out. When Karl is a different person in our group chat when the Spurs win, he really come in swinging. He comes in swinging his Zorro sword, So that was a great win. And then was that last night? Yeah, yesterday. They go and lose to the Kings. So what's going on with your Spurs?
Well, first of all, they're your Spurs, okay? They ain't my Spurs right now. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. No, you know what? I feel like the main thing is inconsistency because I was really, really excited. Spurs lose to the Hornets. They're shorthanded. There's no LaMelo Ball. And the Hornets still come out, and Gordon Hayward dropped 41 points for them. Then they lose that game. They go on the road, travel to Utah.
One of the hottest teams in the league.
Third in the Western Conference, and they beat them. The final score was 128 to 126. It was a really close game. And I said last time it was like a fire, and there was a little fireman, which would be need to put out the fire. They put out the fire. Everything was great, and they played great basketball, great offense. Everyone was a collective shooting together. I thought that was I thought it was the best performance that they had this season, to be honest with you. And
better than the Golden State game, really. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, okay. Well, I think it was the best one.
That's
because that's my opinion because my emotions were in it.
Well, this is your segment, so it could be you can say what you want.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say it. Yesterday was my favorite game this season because I felt like it was a great way to show what they're possibly made of when they're all on point. Of course, they are giving up a little. They give up about 30 points a quarter in defense, so they could improve on their defensive end. But the loss to the Kings yesterday with the shorthanded Kings was a Debbie Downer, and it just kind of shows to that inconsistency that they have because they're a young team at the moment. So it was kind of sad to watch, but I was.
What do you think happened? What do you think happened against the Kings, Karl?
The unfortunate thing is, and I think this is just more modern NBA than it is the Spurs are bad at defense, is that the Kings, just like the Hornets, shot over 50% from three. They shot 56% from deep. And, the Spurs themselves shot 48% from three. So it's not like they were having a bad night from behind the arc. But I really do think that when you're talking about a 7-point loss, the fact that the Kings made 2 more threes, that's a big deal. They also, shot the same amount of field goals at 91 field goals, but 1 more made basket and 2 threes, the difference in the game.
And you go back to the Utah game, they shot 41 threes that game, and that's what Utah averages, and that's like so unspur. Like, I know it's like the gift and the curse for Pop. Like, I'm happy we won, but oh my gosh, what are we doing shooting 41 threes in a game? Some guys shot 41 for a season in the 90s. You know what I mean? And then now they put up 41 in a game.
Well, and another thing too, also, is that Jakob Poeltl didn't have his best night either offensively.
You mean against you talking about against the Kings?
Mm-hmm.
Against the Kings,
okay,
yeah.
Go
he
ahead.
had played 34 minutes, and he had 4 points total. And then on top of that, he was getting basically cooked on defense as well. So against Halliburton. So it was just kind of one of those situations too. I'm not saying every player needs to be great. I mean, they do, but also because of those small little, like Karl was saying, there was like small differences in turnovers, assists, rebounds, and those small differences made up for that final.
First of all, you ain't gonna be saying my guy Jakob got cooked. Don't be disrespectful to Poeltl. Don't be disrespectful to Jakob, because without him, now maybe he got cooked last night, but without him, they are not much worse, but they're not as good without him. I think we found that out, Karl, when he was out with COVID.
Yeah, and obviously it would be the difference in the game if he had a normal game for Jakob. If he met somewhere near his averages, the Spurs win that game. But these are the type of teams that the Spurs are really competing against. The Kings, the Hornets, they're trying to get into that play-in game, maybe sneak into a secured playoff spot around 6. But it's just, I don't think it's frustrating, but there are fans who are certainly frustrated by it, where they're beat the Jazz, but then they don't beat the Kings, and you're wondering what's going on. And the honest truth is, the NBA is sort of at this parity point where I think it's a good thing that they have the 10 playoff spots, because the difference between 7 and 10 really isn't that big of a gap.
Yeah, well said. What can you tell us about these Clippers that they're going to face tonight? First of all, for Karl and I don't know what time you get up every day, but these West Coast swings, they don't tip till 9:30. Those 3-hour game, 12:30, body wind down, 1. It's going to be brutal. So I'm going to need you to watch this game for, I don't know how long I'm going to stay up. So what can you tell me about the Clippers, Caroline?
Well, first of all, I'm glad that you pointed that out. These West Coast games, they kill me every season too, because I want to just go to bed and go to sleep like around 11:30-ish, and I'm still watching the game around that time. So
we can't turn it off. We love it too much to turn it off, right?
We love it, and then we got to talk about it.
Right.
There's no way that we're allowed to just go to sleep and watch it, unless you wake up super early the next day and record it and watch it at 3:30 in the morning. You could do that. That's an option. But Clippers, I think that, Kawhi Leonard, he's obviously out, but Paul George is also out too. Serge Ibaka is taking a personal day, and Marcus Morris is out. The Clippers have won the past, the Clippers without Paul George have lost 2 of their games. Most recent games are out over 2 right now, and they won 3 of their past games. So they've been, kind of inconsistent as well. They're coming off of 2 losses, and in order for them to possibly beat the Spurs, it's kind of a mixed identity with the Los Angeles Clippers now without Paul George, and Marcus Morris was taking the reins at the time without Paul George being there. So this could be another advantage for the Spurs to possibly win tonight's game. Now, I'm not going to say that's not going to happen.
Yeah, that's not.
Anything can happen any game. Right. Yeah, and even without LaMelo Ball, look at what happened with the Hornets. So anything can happen with this possible game. I think the main thing though is perimeter defense. The Clippers are not that great when it comes to perimeter defense. So like you were saying, they took advantage of all those 3-point shots against the Jazz. They might want to possibly do that as well this game, taking advantage of shooting the three, because they do lack perimeter defense without those Paul George there, Marcus Morris, all those good people that can possibly guard the arc.
Stephen Canto on the Early Bird Facebook says good morning to you, Carolina. He ain't even
good morning.
He ain't even said good morning to us, but he comes on here to say good morning to you. That's kind of rude. So who you got tonight? Or you don't want to predict? You scared? Scared money don't make money.
I'm scared to make predictions because I'm always way off. But if I'm gonna pick, I want to pick the quote unquote inconsistent Spurs, which I don't like using that. I think that's disrespectful because they're a youth team. But I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Spurs. I gotta go with the home team. Plus, I just started back up here at the Star, and imagine me picking the other team all the time. Y'all are gonna get me
first of all, we don't
get me off there as quick as I came on there.
No, stop it. We don't work for the Spurs. Well, Karl does. Karl works for the Austin Spurs, and I don't know.
See?
And Karl works for the Austin Spurs, but we don't have to pick them every night.
Well, Karl's gonna chop my head off. You just said he works for the Austin Spurs. He goes permeate my words through the entire Spurs organization.
There's nothing.
I'll make a pop. Gotta make one phone call and I'm out.
No, first of all,
I am not that high up.
Yeah.
I'm about as bottom of the totem pole as it gets.
And you can't say anything that Rob or Pledge or Michael Menes haven't said. These guys are rude. Jason Minix, they're rude.
They're pulling for them to tank.
Yeah, they want them to lose every game. See, the most 90% of the station wants them to get a top 5 pick, because if you get a top 5 pick, there's some promise there.
Well, that's rude. I don't think they should. And I hate that. Well, I'm sorry. Well, actually, you know what? They want to, be rude to the Spurs. I'm gonna be rude back to them. They're hating. You can't just let nobody, you can't just try to get a top 5 pick. That's not the point of playing basketball. You got to develop yourself.
You're supposed to want to win. But the thing is, we got to prominence in this city by getting the number 1 overall pick. That's how we became a household name across this country, because we got somebody by the name of Tim Duncan with the first overall pick, because Spurs only won 26 games because David Robinson was allegedly hurt.
Okay, well, they got a big
stress allegedly.
Yeah, exactly. And then, but the past, we can talk about the past all day long. Yeah, that was back.
Yeah, that was back in the day.
They do all that old school back in the day stuff. This is a new game. This is a new era. They shouldn't have to tank, just so I want them to develop. I want them to develop. I'm not Pop. I don't work for the Spurs, but that's what I want. I don't want them to tank for a high lottery pick. That's just being selfish. Anybody who says that is being selfish. So you want all these players that are on the team to be depressed and losing all the time for your benefit, so you can get a high lottery pick. That's rude.
It is. Well, it's not rude. It's not rude. It goes against the integrity of the game. But it goes against the integrity of the game. You're supposed to have pride. And look, you don't beat Utah, Golden State, and the Bucks because you're tanking. Like, they're not trying to tank. They're not trying to tank. It just so happens. Now, there's some teams that are deliberately tanking. Like the Philadelphia 76ers did it for 7 years, and it still hasn't resulted in a ring. That's Karl's point. Karl's like, hey, man, you can tank all you want. The Kings have been tanking. There's teams that have been tanking for forever and still haven't gotten over the hump. What has it done for them?
And it's not really even tanking at this point. It's just that they're having trouble figuring out how to put good teams on the floor. You look at the Orlando Magic, they haven't done anything really since Dwight Howard left.
Right.
So it sucks to be in that vicious cycle where, hey, maybe you get a top pick, but you realistically are only going to get a top 5 pick. And, if you're not getting that number 1 overall pick, and some years that's not even worth everything, you'd much rather be in a situation where not 9 out of your 15 players suck. And that's where a lot of those teams are. And the Spurs are not one of those teams where 9 out of their 15 suck.
True.
Let me just say this. Rob, Pledger, Michael Jimenez, they're being selfish. They care about themselves. And they want to take the easy way out. And like you said, Karl, the 76ers, they tanked on purpose and they're still not doing a great job. The Spurs are proven to be able to build playoff teams for over 2 decades. And they haven't had a high big draft lottery pick before Tim Duncan was signed on. So that just shows that how their organization.
Don't be a homer, CT. Don't come on here being no homer. That's not why. Don't come on here being no homer.
No, I'm not being a homer.
Okay.
I mean, they are inconsistent, but let them play their hearts out.
Okay.
People say like,
I'm fine with that.
They get mad when they win too.
Okay.
They get mad when they win, say they should be losing because they should be tanking. It's not your game plan and it's not your team.
I'm just letting you know. I told you when you got over here, I wasn't gonna take it easy on you. I was gonna take you to task. I'm just making sure you're not being a homer. That's all.
I'm not being a homer.
Okay.
If they were doing terribly bad, I would be like, they're doing terribly bad. If they were playing like the Pelicans, I would be.
You need to be worried about the Chicago Bears. That's what you need to be worried about with they sorry asses. I'm a Bear fan too.
And they are sorry, and that's my favorite team, and they are sorry.
Cool.
And they're gonna play the Vikings tonight, prime time,
And they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose.
Yes, I can say it when it's the truth, but there's hope here. And that's all I'm trying to tell everybody. There's hope for the Spurs. Not now. This is a rebuild phase, but maybe in about 2 years, then you can see like some type of improvement. But whatever, you guys can, not you guys, but the people listening that want them to take, you
people.
continue to hope for them. Continue to hope for them to take. Yeah, just
rude.
Negative. Yeah.
She's Carolina Teague. She's a Rock the Mic winner. She's our Spurs insider. When are we gonna have you again? When the Spurs next game after today?
They play the
Lakers on Thursday, so we won't have her on because we're not on Thursday. So this is the last time until next week at least, and we don't know when we're on next week.
So just tweet at us, tweet us, Facebook us, Instagram us. Let's keep this momentum going. Let's keep the people rolling. Let's chit chat at least via Twitter on Thursday, and keep it rolling. Let's keep the momentum going.
We got to keep our foot on their neck.
Yes.
We really do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas to you and yours. Thank you. You're doing a wonderful job. Karl, CT, appreciate that. That's Carolina Teague, our Spurs insider. Great job, Carolina. Peace. It's R&R in the morning. We're way over. ESPN 1250 AM, 94.5 FM. Good segment.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I
even got James Pledger worked up.
Yeah, I just want to reiterate, if you're a team that is contending for a top 5 pick, you look at your roster and you're thinking 9 of these guys probably need to be replaced. I don't think 9 of the Spurs need to be replaced.
No,
they got
no, absolutely not.
They got a pretty good squad, but it almost reminds me of pre-James Harden Rockets. Remember Rick Adelman just had them getting a lottery pick, the 14th lottery pick every year because they just missed out on the playoffs, but they had a lot of good young talent, and then they were able to flip those guys for James Harden. That seems like the more likely path for the Spurs to get their superstar is for, one of these superstars that seems like every year we're going to have one demands a trade, and the Spurs are like, okay, Karl Anthony Towns, we'll see if we can get you over here. I'm just kind of spitballing things because at the end of the day, you just
never know who it's going to be. I mean, Denver's MVP was drafted in the second round.
Jokic, yep.
You just never, Manu, second round. I mean, the list goes on. Draymond, second round. Now he's an all-star, possibly end up being a Hall of Famer. You just never know. Tony Parker, 29th pick, ends up being a finals MVP. Kawhi Leonard, nobody heard of him. Now he has 2 finals MVPs. So you never know where it's going to come from. So it does come back to what you and Carolina were saying. Like, regardless of what you do, you still have to be able to develop talent. And nobody's done it better than the Spurs over the last 20 to 25 years. So, R&R in the morning, ESPN 1250 AM, 94.5 FM. Sit tight.
This is the place where time stands still. With each down is a battle of inches.
How about 83 yards from Prescott to Elliott?
This is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Do you want to be a hero for the holidays? How about getting your loved one a new iPhone? That's right. Pure Talk has iPhone 12 starting at just $479 through the end of the year. And yes, they have the 13s too. Switch to Pure Talk. Get great nationwide 5G coverage. Yes, the same coverage as the big guys, but the average family saves over $800 a year. Now that's just smart. There is no need to overpay for Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile. Plus, with Pure Talk's 30-day risk-free guarantee, you have nothing to lose. Unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data is just $30 a month. And like I said, the iPhone 12, just $479 this month. From your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say half off to get an additional half off your first month, plus save on a new phone. That's pound 250, say half off. Pure Talk is simply smarter wireless. Some restrictions apply. See site for details.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Still looking for the perfect holiday gift? Surprise your family with a getaway to the JW Marriott San Antonio Hill Country Resort and Spa and experience holidays in the Hill Country. Book a winter getaway for 2 nights or more and receive 20% off your stay using code HOL. Relieve your holiday stress at Latana Spa. Enjoy a round of golf at TPC San Antonio. And don't forget to make reservations at our top-rated restaurants, 18 Oaks, Cibolo Moon, and High Velocity. Visit jwsanantonio.com to book your stay. Don't forget the photos this holiday season. The Camera Exchange on San Pedro has special holiday savings on Sony, Canon, and Nikons. You can even rent equipment for the holidays. The Camera Exchange in-store studio is free to everyone. Go to camerax.com and book your Christmas photo shoots. The Camera Exchange is now open on Sundays for Christmas gifts or Christmas rentals. Get into the Camera Exchange. The Camera Exchange, 1 mile inside Loop 410 on San Pedro. Online at camerax.com.
New FanDuel fantasy players, your day is about to get 20% better. Start playing fantasy this football season, and FanDuel will give you a 20% bonus on your first deposit, up to $500. That's a big-time bonus, and all you need to do to claim it is make your first deposit. If you've never tried FanDuel, now is the perfect time to jump in. You'll love playing fantasy football on FanDuel. Not only is it easy to start, but you can set new lineups every game day, keeping the action fresh all season long. There are many types of game formats to choose from, and you can even play private contests with your friends. There's an awesome slate of games on hand this week and every week. So what are you waiting for? Get in on all the excitement and experience season-long wins without the season-long waits. Sign up today at FanDuel.com/play to claim your bonus and start playing today. That's FanDuel.com/play. Age and location restrictions apply. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires after 30 days.
You can feel it in the air. It's bowl season. We're serving up all the biggest bowl games you can handle. Get all the action live on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
This is Greeny, weekdays 10 a.m. to noon on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
R&R in the morning. It's almost 9 o'clock. We got anything to give away today, Carl?
Yeah, you know,
what
we
do. I have
do.
to give away?
Let me double check here. I think I have this pulled up somewhere or another. We have the All-American Bowl tickets to give away.
All-American Bowl? What's that, the high school game?
Yeah, it's the high school all-star game. I want to say it's over there at the Dome, maybe?
Oh, okay.
I want to say that Minix does the play-by-play for that.
Does he?
We need to get Minix to promote that if he's doing it. Yeah, we have a couple pairs of tickets of All-American Bowls to give away and also the San Antonio Zoo Lights. So, yeah, you know, if you want to give those away sometime during the 9 o'clock hour, that works.
Okay. But right now we got to do the 1911 Victory Cigar. We got to get in and out of here, which brings me to the point they are doing their New Year's party here on December 31st. I mean, as everyone's doing their New Year's party. It's going to be December 31st. $40 a person at the door without a reservation, $200 for table reservations, $100 per hour, 2-hour minimum, cabana rental, food truck, raffles, complimentary champagne. Bring in the new year with them, reserve a table and receive a complimentary bottle of champagne, reserve a cabana, receive a complimentary appetizer and a bottle of champagne. So 1911 got a nice little New Year's party going on. Always a good time out there. But who you giving your victory cigar to, Carl?
You know, I didn't really have any winners over the weekend, unless you count the Spurs against the Jazz. But that kind of, you know, that cigar kind of sours a little in your mouth because of the Kings loss. I kind of want to give my victory cigar sarcastically to the Washington football team because they had their COVID outbreak, which forced the NFL to postpone the game to tomorrow on Tuesday. And now the Eagles are going through a COVID outbreak. So what should have been played regularly scheduled on Sunday, where the Eagles had the upper hand because they were the ones able to stay healthy. Now it looks like the football team's going to have all their players back from COVID protocols, while the Eagles are going to have several going in. And that's just really unfortunate because, I don't think that these games should be postponed to favor one team like that.
You know what? And I'm sure there's other teams throughout the year. I mean, the Rams, even though I want to say they ended up winning that game, they get a phone call, right before they're about to board a plane to Arizona, I want to say, like, hey, this player's XYZ can't go. So there's been plenty of teams throughout the past couple of years that have had to go ahead and just play a game with or without certain players. I mean, if my thing is, then what's the purpose of the practice squad extension if we're going to postpone stuff, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
Like, why are we doing that? So
too many star players, I guess, because they only had 18 players and the Rams had 25 or something like that. So, that really hurts the Eagles because the Washington football team is currently the team ahead of them in the kind of wild card chase. And I don't know. It was just very frustrating for Eagles fans that's how it goes. So congratulations to the Washington football team. They're probably going to win because of this.
Wow. I'm going to get my 1911 victory cigar to the Detroit Lions.
Ooh.
That's a great win. Again, I'm not watching Detroit football, watch the Red Zone. They've won 2 games now, 2 or 3. There's another 5 games that they were in it until the last couple minutes of the game. I'm not saying that they're close to being some playoff team that's going to run through the playoffs. No, but they're close to being a team that could be 500, be a little bit below 500. And they've been playing for that coach. They've been playing hard for him. So I'm going to give my victory. That's a huge win. They didn't just win. They spanked Arizona. And again, I know Arizona didn't have D-Hop, and I'm sure they didn't have some other players that I don't really know because of the whole COVID outbreak. But to get smacked 30-12 when you're in the middle of trying to get the number 1 seed is embarrassing. So I'm going to give my victory cigar to the Detroit Lions. Got to get out here. 9 o'clock hour. We got to talk a little bit of UTSA at the top of the hour. We still didn't talk a little bit of NFL about everything that went on yesterday. NBA talk. DeMar DeRozan goes crazy on the Lakers. So still got a lot to get to. But when we come back, I want to talk a little bit of UTSA Road Runners. Carl's Eagles ain't going anywhere. Stop hating, Joseph. It's R&R in the morning, ESPN 1250 AM and 94.5 FM.
The Blitz, sports talk, and everything else.
Dak Prescott talked about his fear of mascots. I'm not a mascot guy. Rowdy, the Cowboys mascot, might be the creepiest thing on earth.
Terrifying.
Some are just creepy and kind of scary, and others are just creepy in a child predator kind of way, and that's the category that Rowdy falls into. The Cowboys cannot drive Rowdy in a white van.
Jason Minix, weekday afternoons 4 to 7 on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
In 2007, Marine First Lieutenant Travis Minion was killed in Iraq after saving his wounded teammates. Travis's legacy lives on through the words he spoke before his final deployment. If not me, then who? Words that today fuel the spirit of Travis Minion Foundation. And through TMF, these words can live in you too. Show the world what you're made of, because character is invisible until it's not. Find out how you can strengthen the character of your community alongside empowered veterans, families of the fallen, and inspired civilians at travismanion.org.
Go to Total Wine, you'll save more. So many wines and spirits galore. Down through the aisles with corks to pop. Ask for friendly advice while you shop. Oh, so much to explore. Oh, so many to pour. Holiday cheers, clink, clink, clink. Get everyone their favorite drink.
Now offering delivery in select markets. See details at TotalWine.com/deliver. Drink responsibly, B21.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson, owner of the Thompson Law Firm right here in San Antonio. And for the past 27 years, I have represented people in our community who have been injured because of negligent drivers of cars, 18-wheelers, and company vehicles. I really want you to know that if you're involved in a collision, you need to contact an experienced attorney as soon as possible after the collision. All you may know about an insurance company is what you see on television. If you have ever been forced to make a claim after being injured in an auto collision, there are no jokes, no geckos, no cavemen, no professional athlete endorsers. Just you against a giant insurance company that is represented by skilled adjusters and attorneys who have one job: pay as little as possible. If you've been injured in a collision, please contact an experienced attorney as soon as possible after the collision. I, of course, want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website, alawyerforus.com. That's all one word, alawyerforus.com.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game in a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Step up your lunch game at Twin Peaks. Light and hearty combos put together for you starting at just $7.99, featuring savory soups, crisp salads, and a variety of sandwiches to satisfy every craving. Enjoy your next lunch break at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and those scenic views.
We will buy no used car before it's time. We will pay the top money because we know exactly what we're doing at GiveMeTheVin.com. We've bought $1 billion with a B of used cars from you guys in 2021 already because this used car market's on fire. $1 billion in volume. We're paying so much, it's scary. Only at GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and past South Dakota, Santa was coming on his brand new Kubota.
That's not how it goes.
The sidekick, you see, was his new mode of travel. In his XG850, he was kicking up gravel.
What about the reindeer?
In Texas, he said, now I need a tractor. A Kubota from Ewald is just the right factor. While driving his sidekick, he sang through the night,
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
This holiday season, give the gift of Craftsman tools at Lowe's. With a heritage of performance and reliability, Craftsman is the perfect gift for the project people on your list. There's something for every builder, fixer, and creator you know. Choose from power tools, outdoor power equipment, mechanics tools, tool storage, and more. Shop in-store, online, or through our app, because there are more ways to holiday at Lowe's. And a gift from Lowe's is a gift that leads to more. U.S. only.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Fansville, a college football utopia. Fansville. Where the lakes are stocked with ice-cold Dr. Pepper, and the autumn winds rustle with the sweet smell of football glory. And Dr. Pepper. It's a land flowing with onion dip, where even the food pyramid is shaped like a hot dog. Where every yard gained is a yard worth celebrating, and every celebration is beyond excessive. With ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Return to glory this season with Fansville by Dr. Pepper. Grab some today.
Want to hear how I almost got off the naughty list this year? I helped Santa save gazillions by having him download Capital One Shopping to his computer. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them at checkout. You can download it too and save a bundle. You don't even need a Capital One card, and it's free. So why didn't I get off the naughty list? Turns out Santa's a stickler for naughty words. Capital One Shopping. It's kind of genius. What's in your wallet?
Savings and available coupons vary.
So you're a brain surgeon?
Yeah, but part-time. Part-time brain surgeon, full-time football fan.
How is that possible?
AT&T 5G. With reliable football alerts and fast streaming, I am always thinking about the game.
Well, I hope not when you're operating.
No, I operate during my football lunch breaks.
AT&T 5G is fueling full-time fans who are on the clock, even when their team isn't. It's not complicated. AT&T 5G is fast, reliable, secure. 5G requires compatible device and plan. 5G may not be available everywhere. Visit att.com/5G for you to learn more.
Live, local, loud. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Never heard from Minix, dude. See, can't count on people. It's like, oh, if you need me, hit me up. I was like, yeah, man, come in Monday. No dice, man. That's supposed to be my guy, too. It is my guy.
He gave us Buffalo Trace, so we could pass on it.
He did.
Hey, shout out to Texas Cheer, because I think I've gone to like 5 places across the state, and they were all sold out. Like, I was in Houston trying to find some Buffalo Trace.
Really?
None? No, yeah.
I didn't know it was that rare.
It's popular.
Yeah, it is popular because it's super, super smooth. UTSA Roadrunners are in action tomorrow night against San Diego State. Kawhi, think Kawhi be there?
No,
I don't think he cares, right?
No, I don't think he cares about the football team. Although the Aztecs, they're pretty good at football. I think they're kind of becoming a big school in NCAA athletics. I think that I see them doing a lot these days. San Diego is a beautiful town. Like the wait list to get into San Diego or San Diego State is just out the door.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to be in San Diego or Pepperdine. I think Pepperdine's the big
dude. So I didn't
LA.
know. Like, so when Rob and Jason took me on the Pacific Coast Highway, on the we just drove up Pacific Coast Highway.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea that Pepperdine was like dab smack in the middle of Malibu.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
I'm like, when they showed me that, they're like, hey, that's Pepperdine up there. I'm like, wait a minute. Let me go. Give me a 6-figure job to recruit for Pepperdine. I just got to get you up here. Like, how do they not have all the top athletes considering where that school is planted?
You know, the one thing about being
it's
in LA,
the middle of like 30 mansions that are like 50 million each. And then there's the oceans right there. And then you got restaurant. Like, how do they not have more top flight athletes that go to that school?
Expensive areas are nice, but they're also expensive.
But I'm going to school today. I'm gonna be getting money.
You can't be partying out of the Malibu bars and stuff like that, though. It's like $50 for a shot.
Yeah, you're right. That I don't think there's any Natty Light in Malibu, and I know there's none in Nobu. So, but when they showed me that, I was like, wow, that's where Pepperdine is. That was pretty cool to me. Speaking of college, read a tweet from JJ Perez. This was about 20 hours ago. It appears UTSA will be without more than 10 players for the Frisco Bowl, including some key guys in the 2 deep. There are various reasons why guys are missing. The situation was described to me as decimated in some positions. That was from JJ Perez inside Runner Sports. Then I saw a mini press conference that Jeff Traylor did, and JJ asked him like, hey, pretty much, I'm paraphrasing, what's going on with some of these guys that are missing? And my interpretation of what Coach Traylor said was like, some things with everything that's going on, that translated that to COVID. Then there was 2 players, Cephas and one other player, where he was like, hey, I'll let them tell you. Which to me translated like, hey, you know what? There's a bowl game that these guys just don't want to play in. So I don't think all 10 players are all like Sincere McCormick, where it's like, you know what? I'm not risking it, which Sincere was at UTSA Sunday practice. So he's still with the team. I think Coach Traylor's in a between a rock and a hard place, because on one hand, you're like, I can't be the coach that isn't understanding, because that word gets around, recruits find out, other recruiters find out, and they're like, hey, that guy didn't even want he didn't even want what's best for y'all. He got mad at his players for sitting out in the bowl game. You come here, you don't want to play in the bowl game. That's fine. We want to get you to the next level. So you can't be that. But on the other hand, you're like, dude, took a pay cut to stay here. The job ain't done. Let's go win this bowl game. Like, what are we doing? What are we talking about? We don't want to get hurt. So it's for Coach Traylor, it's a really tough spot to be in, but it's the world we're in right now.
With the exception of Sincere McCormick and perhaps Rashad Wisdom, I believe Wisdom is definitely playing in the bowl game. You need as much tape as you can get. You need a big bowl game if you're going to expect to get drafted.
If you're not like a Sincere, right?
Yeah. I don't think anybody on UTSA, except for those 2, Sincere on offense and Rashad Wisdom on defense, are the kind of guys that can say, I'm going to skip the bowl game and prepare for my future as a professional football player, because in all honesty, that's reserved for, I think, those guys that are guaranteed
first 3 rounds, something like that.
Day 1, day 2 draft picks. Well,
you know what I think is the factor, Carl. And I've never read an NIL contract, but I would assume that if you're hurt, you don't get paid, right?
For NIL?
Yeah.
Well,
I would assume
you obviously can't. You're obviously not playing hurts you too.
That's true. But look, as Jimbo Fisher said, this has been going on. It just hasn't been out in the open. But we officially ripped off the Band-Aid, and college football is officially a business. Out in the open, like my boy told me last night, it's a business. It's just now it's out in the open. It's been a business, but now it's out in the open. But from here on out, it's only going to be selfish decisions made, whether it be Brian Kelly, whether it be Lincoln Riley. It doesn't matter. Go on down the list. Or whether it's Sincere McCormick, Cephas, you name it. We're officially in a business world, and everybody's going to make decisions based on what they feel like is best for them. In the bowl game, but this is my only thing though. I'm on both sides of the fence. I fully understand where the kids are coming from, but I also understand where the coaches are coming from. Like, to me, UTSA is the wrong school to go to if you're going to look down upon what bowl game you're playing in. Like, even if they would have went undefeated, and even if the playoff were expanded to 12 teams, they wouldn't be in the playoff. They were only like top 23 when they were undefeated. So let's say they would have went fully finished the season undefeated. They weren't going to be in the top 12, so you still weren't going to be in the playoff. So why are you coming to UTSA if you're frowning upon the Frisco Bowl?
You know, it's a tough thing because at this point, unless you're in the college football playoffs, these bowl games are about next season anyway. It's, I think, 12 extra practice. I think it's 12 extra practices and one extra game. And yeah, it would be
so
cool.
If you're getting to practice, then screw the game.
That's almost what it is. Because if you talk to any Longhorn fan, they did not care about where they went. They wanted the extra practice and extra game for developmental purposes. And that's what happened last year when Sam Ehlinger was basically like, yeah, I'm going to go to the NFL. I think he ended up being a 6th round pick. And no way his stock was going to go up with the awesome performance at, where were they? The Alamo Bowl last year. You know, so that's where, who was it? Casey Thompson got his opportunity to try and say, hey, I'm the starter now that Sam's gone. So, you know, if, let's say, Frank Harris decided to opt out of the bowl game, that's a great chance for Eddie Lee Marburger to really separate himself from the 3-star that they just signed on Wednesday of last week. But no, Frank Harris is coming back next year, so he's going to play in this year's bowl game, and rightfully so. I think that this should be a celebration for the team that got to this point because it is their version of a postseason. But since it's no championship on the line, you know, they won their conference championship. That was the championship. And now whatever if they, you know, lose to a Mountain West team because they're out 15 players, you know, like they're getting opportunities to develop these younger guys. And hey, if you're gone next year and you don't want to play in the bowl game, that means it's more reps and opportunities for the guys that are going to be there next year and didn't get a chance to play much behind those guys.
Right. It's not sitting well with some people.
I understand that too.
And some people are, what some people have to understand is we've entered the world of the players having some control. And that's not sitting well with a lot of people. That's not sitting well with a lot of people. A lot of people still want these athletes just to be grateful for an opportunity to play at school, but those days are long gone. And whether it's right or wrong, we could argue about that till the cows come home. Some people feel like hey, you know what? You should be thankful for an education, whatever. And then you got the people that are like, dude, education that's crumbs compared to what they're making. So we could argue about that till you're blue in the face. I mean, you got some boosters sending out cryptic tweets, not so happy. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to go into that. That's none of my business. But this is where we are, man. The players in college sports have some control. I'm not going to say all, but they have some control. And with the NIL and the transfer portal, you brought up Casey Thompson. He entered the transfer portal. I don't blame him. He's never playing again. If Quinn is what we say, if Quinn is what we think he is, Casey Thompson was never going to see the field anyway, barring injury. But a lot of people not happy. A lot of people, and then I would say UTSA Twitter. I don't want to say a lot because I think of the 40,000 people that went to the conference championship game, maybe 10,000 of them on Twitter. A lot of those people aren't happy, but we're in a different world, and you just got to deal with it. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. It is what it is, man. Everybody's making selfish decisions, from the coaches to the players. ADs, everybody's doing what they feel like is best for them. So why shouldn't the players be in on that as well? I have no problem with it. Again, the only thing that I would have asked Coach today if we had him is like, look, y'all have asked us for all the way from Dr. Campos all the way down to the players. Y'all have asked us, you know what? Support this team, support this team, support this team. And that's what we did the entire year. The fans and the tickets and the merch, everything went up. Everything's going up. Everything's going up. And we did everything that y'all asked us to do. And then as soon as some stuff hits the fan, now we're not family no more. Now y'all can't know what's going on. I didn't really agree with them not letting us know what's going on, whether it was COVID, whether this guy sitting out. I didn't agree with it being top G14 classified, top secret. I didn't like that, but I respect it because I was raised in a household where mama said, you know what goes on in this house stays in this house. That's how I was raised. So that's the approach that UTSA is taking, clearly, because again, when he was asked in his press conference, like, what's going on, he was really cryptic and really secretive, which, again, like, we're birds up, we're family, we're birds up. Hey, we all got to do this together, Some a whole bunch of stuff's going on. Hey, this is between us. We're going to handle it. Okay, I'll accept it. That's my guy. Jeff's my guy. I'm representing with him. My wife is an alumni. But that rubbed me the wrong way. I'm not going to sit here and lie and sugarcoat it. That rubbed me the wrong way because I don't know. I mean, every team's dealing with COVID. Every team is dealing with players that don't want to play in the bowl game. So why can't we know? Whatever. I guess we'll find out sooner or later. But let me know what you think. Call the Kielbasa. Was that what they call Kielbasa Bacon phone lines? 656-3776, 656-3776. You cool UTSA being super cryptic? You cool with the players sitting out for bowl games? Let me and Karl know. We got about, how much time we got left? We got about 40 minutes left in the show. We'll know about 35 minutes left in the show. 656-3776. Give us your thoughts on the UTSA Roadrunners. You still feel like family? Do you still feel like you're in the Birds Up family considering they won't let us in? I do. But there was a good 10, 20 minutes. I was upset. I was like, what you mean? Why are you being so G14 classified secretive now? I thought it was Birds Up. We family. Let's stick together. Let's fight. Let's come out here. Let's support. Let's get loud on third down. But then I was like, you know what? My mama raised me. What goes on in this house stays in this house, so I get it. 656-3776. What's up, Karl? You got something before we get to the headlines?
On UTSA, I do just want to say a shout out and congratulations to Carol Price Torok. I don't know if I'm saying that name correctly. Torok, it's Torok. She is the new UTSA head volleyball coach. She replaces Laura Neugebauer-Groff, who had, good 20 years with the university. And it seems like Carol Price Torok, who if I'm not mistaken, she played here at UTSA as a player and was here for 6 years as an assistant. She was the head coach at Bradley, got Bradley in shape and turned that program around. And now She is going to be the head coach at UTSA volleyball. So congratulations to her.
Congratulations. We Birds Up all the way around, not just football. Got to support it all if we're going to grow, especially going into the AAU, right? So AAC. I'm sorry.
American Athletic Conference.
AAU, yep. That's basketball. AAC. But we got your headlines. We're a little bit over, but let's get to it. It's the 411 and the 210.
Here's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
Carson Wentz says that Matt Judon attacked his ability to reproduce. Don't need to go into yeah, right. You didn't see this? Carson Wentz got as angry as I've ever seen him on a football field. And he says he doesn't need to go into specifics, obviously, but when a man's ability to reproduce is being in question, there's some other extracurricular guys' hands that needs to be at their sides, as Wentz told the Indianapolis Star. Let's just say that when that happens, you have to get pretty riled up. Wentz said it was as dirty as a play he's ever seen. I don't know if I've ever been that fired up on the football field.
He did that?
Apparently.
I've heard it gets a little, again, I'm not a football guy. I didn't play football. I didn't like injury sports. I think I made it through 2, maybe 3 football practices. Maybe. I'm going to say 2. I'm going to say I made it through 2 football practices. I turned in my pads. It wasn't for me. But I've heard it gets pretty nasty underneath the pile.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Carson Wentz isn't the first guy to get his jewels snatched.
Unspeakable things happen down there.
Yeah, so, I mean, I get Carson being upset, but bro, you ain't the first and you're not the last. You'll be able to reproduce, I hope. But you never know, man. That's a big old defensive. That's a big old defensive end, man. You never know how hard he grabs. So nobody wears cups anymore?
I don't think so.
What happened to cups? When we were coming up, I don't know about you, but when we were coming up, we had cups.
I did too, but I think that they found that it's like neutral. Like sometimes they do help and protect, and sometimes they can kind of be something that hurts a little more. Yeah, I unfortunately, man, this is probably TMI. I've known somebody who had to have it surgically removed after a football practice.
Who, Manu?
No.
Well,
but
Manu did lose one.
Yeah, Manu lost one. Yeah, but no. Just a cup after a football practice in middle school, where nobody knows how to play really. So there's all kinds of crazy injuries that happen there.
Yeah. Damn. You get over it, Carson. But I mean, my thing is like, if you really felt that strong about it, go on and slap him. But I guess he can't get kicked out, right?
Yeah, that's a suspension if he slaps him.
Yeah, he can't slap him.
Yeah, and officially, while we're on Wentz, not officially, but as mathematically likely as possible, the Eagles will be getting that first-round pick because he's played in 75 or 70% of the snaps or whatever it is. Everybody says that mathematically that seems to be the case.
So what does this mean for Philly?
3 first-round picks.
3?
3. Because they have the Dolphins as well.
Now, do you want to go get the picks, or do you want to package them up for Deshaun Watson?
No.
You want the picks?
No, I like Hurts, and if I think it's just hard to go after Deshaun Watson with everything looming over his head.
Okay, moving on.
Headline 1.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers lose Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Leonard Fournette to injuries in a shutout loss to the New Orleans Saints on a night where they were looking to clinch their first NFC South title since 2007. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers lost Pro Bowl receivers Mike Evans and Chris Godwin in the first half on Sunday against the Saints. Leonard Fournette in the second, and were shut out in the first time in Tom Brady's tenure as the quarterback. Quote, "I don't think we were much good at anything tonight," said Brady, who was sacked 4 times and turned the ball over twice on third down, losing a fumble on a scramble at the New Orleans 13-yard line and tossing an interception on a pass intended for Scotty Miller that was picked off by Saints safety C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
The story of this game is Tom Brady. You didn't play well. And again, when he wins, when he doesn't have anybody, we praise him. Okay. You didn't play well. You broke an iPad, and you told an opposing coach to go bleep themselves. Anybody else, this is a big story. Again, 7 rings. I get all of that. But you can't go around telling other coaches to go bleep themselves. Now, I would like to hear from Tom on what that coach, the Saints coach, said to him that made him react that way, but the boom mic caught you telling that coach that. And that's unacceptable. You can't be throwing around $1,000 Microsoft iPads. I would hope the NFL, even though it's $1 to him.
Yeah, Brady can afford it.
He can afford it. I would hope they fine him for that. Just take your loss, man. Your offense isn't playing well. You're going to get Antonio Brown back. There's no need to act like a child when you lose. Brady acts like a child when you lose. We all hate to lose, Tom. You don't hate to lose you don't hate to lose any more than the rest of us. Okay? Everybody hates to lose. Dak hates to lose. Aaron Rodgers hates to lose. They don't go around telling. I don't think Dak Prescott has ever ran over to Bruce Arians when he lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and said, hey, Bruce, go bleep yourself. No need to be breaking iPads. That's childish. You're a 44-year-old grown man. Act like it. And again, I'm a huge Tom fan, but I call a spade a spade. He acted like a child last night. And now, again, first time he's been shut out in 15 years. I know that, Steven. I know that. And he acted like it. Again, that's Tom, supermodel wife, all the money in the world, great hair, which I don't know how his hair came back like that from the time he was young to now without HGH. That's just a question. I'm not accusing. That is a question. I'm not accusing. I'm not alleging. I just know most time if your hair comes back like that, it's normally HGH. So I'm asking, is that what happened? Did he get hair restoration? I don't know, but his hair looks tremendously better now than it did when he was a youngster with the New England Patriots. But he acted like a child last night. It's very unbecoming of a champion like himself is, and he should be he should be taking the task for it. He should be ridiculed for it this morning. Moving on.
Headline 0.
Apologies if I mispronounce this again, but Ping Sai tells the Singapore newspaper she's never said that she was sexually assaulted. However, if you've been following this story, she's the tennis player that put out a social media post in November that said differently, and several people in the tennis community have been worried about her safety, despite she did get on a video call with the IOC to try and say, yes, I'm fine and I want my privacy, but it seems that this is a story that we just kind of keeping getting tabs on, and it gets a little weirder by the day.
I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to end up in trouble. But
we're already censored in China. You can say whatever you want, Rudy.
It feels like because the WTA is threatening to pull out of China, they're making her say these things.
Yeah, you know what
I'm saying? Like
I think you're right.
Now all of a sudden you didn't say these things that you tweeted. Like, to me, it's like, yo, there's somebody intimidating her behind closed doors. And because remember, like, we couldn't find her. Then they make her come out and say something. She goes back and hide it. Then she comes back out and say it. Now she comes back out like, hey, I never said anybody sexually assaulted me. You did. You did say that. So to me, it seems like some witness intimidation going on behind closed doors because the WTA is threatening to not play any events in China. And we all know China is about getting that money. So this is probably one of the weirdest sports stories that I've heard about in like a decade. Like, it's not even weird. It's scary. Mm-hmm. It's scary how much power and control that they have over the people over there, over the Chinese people over there. It's a shame. It's a shame that she's having to do that and backtrack from things that she told us. So I hope everything works out for that young lady. At this point, I just hope for her safety and her well-being and her freedom more than anything.
Yeah, next time she comes to America, we need to find a way to make sure that she gets to stay here.
Yeah, she needs to stay here. That's just, like I said, this isn't even weird. This is scary. Moving on.
That's the 411 and a 210.
NBA's kind of rolling. Kind of. We had 5 games postponed, but we still had action last night. One of the better games last night. Spurs were in action. Probably should have won that game. They didn't. But another game that was really fun was at Bulls versus Lakers. It's always fun when the Lakers lose because all these new Laker fans that just came over when LeBron got here. I get to mess with them. The diehard Laker fans, the guys that's been there since the Magic days, y'all are all right with me. I don't have any problem with y'all. Like, I actually like y'all. Like, y'all are cool with me. But the guys that just got here because LeBron came over, I have no sympathy for y'all. Y'all could kick rocks. Y'all could hate this show. You could never listen to this show. I have no time for y'all. I have no time for y'all. Y'all are not Laker fans. You're a LeBron fan. So it's fun when they lose because of you people. And when I say you people, I'm talking about LeBron slurpers. It's a disease. It's disgusting that y'all wake up every morning and before you brush your teeth, you feel the need to go and defend LeBron James. At 40 years old, you should be ashamed of yourselves, and I have no sympathy for you all. So let's make fun of the LeBron slurpers. Want to do that?
Sounds good.
All right. ESPN SA 1250 AM 94.5 FM.
Sports Center is brought to you by Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. Available at H-E-B.
The Dallas Cowboys made easy work of the New York Giants 21-6 yesterday at MetLife. Dak Prescott completed 76% of his passes for 217 yards and a touchdown. And the two-headed monster backfield of Zeke and Tony Pollard combined for 132 yards and a touchdown from Elliott. The Cowboys improved to 10-4 on the season. The San Antonio Spurs dropped Game 2 of their 4-game road trip last night in Sacramento, 121-114. DeJounte Murray put up a solid stat line of 25 points, 9 assists, and 7 rebounds. The Spurs are back in action tonight against the Los Angeles Clippers with tip-off at 9:30 Central Time. And the Houston Rockets tip off tonight at 7 in Chicago against DeMar DeRozan and the Bulls. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Carl Schoening.
Getting old stinks. Taking prescription drugs stink. Being overweight stinks.
Waking up tired stinks, bloated, achy. All of that stinks, and you know you can fix it. I want you to call Dr. Jacob Torres over at the Institute for Functional Health. He is an expert in helping you to lose weight in a very medically based scientific way. This is not a fad diet. It's not a one-size-fits-all internet fad. I'm talking about a weight loss program based in science, based in your history, your decisions, all the things that you've lived with that need to be fixed. Well, it can be done when you go see Dr. Torres. If you're dealing with headaches, inflammation, joint pain, digestive issues, just to name a few. If you're snoring all night long and your knees are hurting all morning long when you get going, you're having to get a couple cups of coffee just to get your motor going every day, that can be fixed by losing some weight. And when you start losing weight, it's amazing how much better you feel. Everybody's different. You're not like anyone else. That's why a one-size-fits-all approach doesn't work. Once you call Dr. Torres, find out how you can lose your weight. Your body, your genetics play a role. Your condition does as well. Let Dr. Torres take all that, put it in a program that will actually work for you, not just now, but forever. The number you need is 210-468-1891. Call it. It'll change your life. Go check out the website, iffhealth.com. Take the functional health test. It'll surprise you. I want you to call the IFF. I want you to meet Dr. Torres and literally change your life. It'll be the best thing you ever did. And when you do, I'm sure you'll thank me later.
The Roo Pub is the best place to watch a game. Football, basketball, the big fights, they have them on at the Roo on their 3 massive 170-inch laser screens and TVs all around. Come hungry, the food is fantastic, and the kitchen is open until 2 a.m. every day with the full menu available. The Roo Pub has the best darts area in town, indoor cornhole and weekday happy hour from 11 to 6 for lunch, dinner, or late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Get into the Roo Pub at 281 in Redmond Road. We'll see you at the Roo. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. Score points with some of the boldest, keto-friendly, protein-packed, and low-carb snacks out there. And with their new Southern Recipe Small Batch 6-bag variety pack, you'll get to choose a different flavored pork rind every time. Find Southern Recipe Small Batch at your local H-E-B, and you'll always have pork rinds ready to go. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. Be big, be bold, be adventurous.
Southern Recipe Pork Rinds.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online, mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Jason Minix here for Garageization. You've heard me tell you about their shelving, overhead racks, and storage systems to make your garage functional for the entire family. If you have issues with your garage, call 210-664-4494. Have them come out and give you a free consultation. Garageization couldn't be a better choice. A veteran family-owned and operated business for more than a decade. Give them a call at 210-664-4494 or go to the website garageorganizationsanantonio.com.
America's Diamond offers our 5-year, 60-month financing program every day of the year. You don't have to wait for a sale to get 5-year financing with credit approval, or wait for a sale to get our guaranteed America's Diamond price, because we treat everyone fairly and with respect every day of the year. For almost 40 years, we have designed and created our extraordinary diamond jewelry right here in San Antonio. When you buy at America's Diamond, your money stays in San Antonio. Our whole company is located here and locally owned. Our kids and grandkids go to school here. All 40 of our coworkers live and shop in San Antonio for everything. Through the years, America's Diamond has supported thousands of wonderful charity events in San Antonio. We're the official jeweler of the San Antonio Spurs and of the University of Texas at San Antonio Athletics. See our television program about diamonds and jewelry tonight on ABC KSAT 12 at 12:35 a.m. or see it right now at americasdiamond.com.
I'm Dr. Andrea Russo, a cardiologist. Maybe you're waiting to talk to your doctor right now. But if you're having an irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, don't wait. This could be a serious condition like atrial fibrillation, which can make you about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you're having these symptoms, don't wait. Talk to a doctor by phone, online, or in person.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Happy Hour is back at Twin Peaks, and we're offering up more than just great drinks. Score yourself some chips and salsa for just $2. Your choice of mozzarella cheese bites, chips and queso, or fried pickles, where they're just $4. And the triple play quesadillas or 6 bonus wings, that's right, only $6. Each of these epic appetizers are craveable, shareable, and delicious. And what a deal. Happy Hour at Twin Peaks just got better. See you Monday through Friday, 2 to 7 p.m. Again at late night. Get to Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, and those scenic views.
The best seat in the house is on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5
FM. This is one of those, what's that dancing called? Shuffle. This is like a shuffle tune. Like you can shuffle to this.
This seems very 80s.
It got an 80s feel to it. It's got an 80s feel to it for sure. But right now, if you are a fifth caller, 656-3776, 656-3776, or 656-ESPN to the Kia Bossa Bacon phone line, you'll win is it a pair of tickets to the American Bowl?
I believe that's right. Yeah,
the
American
always be
Bowl.
2. So, yeah. Fifth caller, 656-3776. Win a pair of tickets to American Bowl. See the upcoming talent.
The All-American Bowl.
All-American Bowl.
And it's 4 tickets and 4 Whataburgers.
Oh, 4 tickets and 4 Whataburgers.
Man, there are people going to be calling in just for the Whataburger.
You throw that in there. So 6-5, there they go. See, they weren't ringing until we said Whataburger. But last night, really fun game, man. Again, every time the Bulls are on, I try to watch them. Exciting team. They didn't have Zach LaVine, but they had LaMelo Ball. They had Kobe White. They had DeMar DeRozan. They had Nikola Vucevic. The Bulls are an interesting team. They're going to be an interesting out because they have 4 guys that when the shot clock, 4, maybe even 5, because you got LaMelo, you got Vucevic, you got DeRozan, you got LaVine, you got Caruso. You have 4 or 5 guys that can create their own shot when the shot clock's running down. Those type of teams are always dangerous. I don't know what it's going to equate to. I don't know if they're going to be better than the Bucks or the Nets. It probably won't be. But when you have 4 or 5 guys that shot clock running down can create their own shot, you become a very dangerous team. And last night, the Lakers found that out firsthand. Again, I don't want to hear about Anthony Davis being out. You still got Russell Westbrook. You still got LeBron James. Game that they probably should win, but they took some bad shots down the stretch. And again, the Lakers' demise isn't going to be age. The Lakers' demise isn't going to be injuries. The Lakers' demise is going to be that horrible offense. It literally just like, and again, what is Frank? I mean, I know Frank Vogel wasn't there. I guess he's in COVID protocol as well. But Frank Vogel is a pawn. And he doesn't have the stones to tell LeBron and Anthony and Russell, we can't run isolation for 82 games and throughout the playoffs and win a title. We can't. What up, Pledge? We can't do that. And that's all they did. Like the fourth quarter, and it works for a while because he's LeBron James. He's with probably the first, second, no worse than third best player of all time. So, yeah, when he feels like it, he can go get a bucket. But guess what? Sometimes when you have a team that's good defensively, like Chicago, they can key on you. They can show double, still get back, still scramble, and things like that. So, again, Anthony Davis missing is huge, but the Bulls didn't have Zach LaVine, and they don't have any top 5 players on their team, as much as I love DeRozan. But DeRozan has gone for 76 points. The 2 times they played the Lakers, he had 76 points total. And they swept the Lakers. DeMar has said in an interview earlier this year, he thought the Lakers deal was a done deal. He thought he was going to be a Laker. And next thing you know, they signed Russell Westbrook and the deal was shocked. So he played against them both games with a chip on his shoulder. Both games he went for 38-6. And I loved every minute of it. DeMar DeRozan's mid-range game belongs in a museum because it is a lost art. Kevin Durant has a mid-range game as well. But even DeMar, you could just look at his game and tell how much film he watched on Kobe. I'm not saying it's like Kobe's because Kobe had a 3-ball as well, but you could tell that was his mentor, his idol, who he wanted to be like. But that his mid-range game is beautiful to watch. Again, if Frank Vogel doesn't grab his stones and say, hey, y'all, we got to change up this offense, the Lakers aren't going anywhere. Again, it won't have anything to do with injuries. It won't have anything to do with age. It'll have everything to do with that. It's awful. Tough to watch sometimes as well. And then they can't shoot free throws. What's the point of getting to the line if they can't make free throws? Cannot make free throws. We all know Westbrook's been in a shooting slump since he left Oklahoma. Rudy J, would you take Paul Pierce or DeRozan mid-range? Ooh. DeRozan. I love Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce was the truth, and he had nice mid-range too, but DeRozan literally backs you down and shoots a turnaround fadeaway. But Paul did too. That's a great question, Joe.
They're about the same player in terms of kind of accomplishments and things like that, except
Paul has
I
the
think
ring.
Yeah, Paul has the ring, but only because he got to play
KG,
with
yeah.
KG and Ray Allen at basically the end of their primes. So if I think that's a good question, but I don't think there's a wrong answer.
Yeah, I don't either. But the Lakers are in trouble. I picked them to win it all at the beginning of the season. I was like, there's no way this team loses. But they're in trouble. They got some changes to make. And again, quietly, and let me tell you something too, something to watch for. He won't say it out loud because of how much he respects him, because I feel like they're legit friends. Like they smoke cigars, they hang out in the offseason. LeBron would not put up a fight if they were able to move Westbrook. He wouldn't put up a fight. And that doesn't mean Westbrook can't play. It just doesn't work aesthetically. It doesn't work schematically. If they have DeMar DeRozan or Buddy Hield right now, they're not in this situation. They're not in this situation. DeMar gets his how he gets his. Buddy Hield gets his how he gets his. I'm thinking they would be better off with DeMar. DeMar's a legit bucket. He is a walking 20. There's no debate about it. They'd be in a much better situation because they're not fighting over the ball, and maybe you get some movement in that offense, but that's neither here nor there. Who won the tickets, Carl?
Daniel won one round, but I had such trouble understanding him because sometimes that happens. This is not the easiest way to communicate with people while listening to the radio and such, that nobody won the second pair of tickets. So I feel bad. I should have had him on hold and told somebody else to win the second pair. So we do have one more pair, and we'll also be giving away San Antonio Zoo-Lite tickets because no Blitz today. So we're giving away the Blitz stuff as well. So, if we want to go ahead and during the break here, give it away. That works for me. Someone's already calling in to claim it.
656-3776. The third caller will win the second pair of the All-American Bowl tickets, and you get Whataburger to go with it. So 656-3776, the Kia Bossa Bacon phone lines. Call up, Carl. Try to win these All-American Bowl tickets and some Whataburger. We're already up against it. It's R&R in the morning, ESPN 1250 AM and 94.5 FM.
It's heart-stopping, rim-wrecking, ball-arching action.
Ball three, got it!
College hoops are happening, and we've got the action and excitement you love. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Still looking for the perfect holiday gift? Surprise your family with a getaway to the JW Marriott San Antonio Hill Country Resort and Spa and experience holidays in the Hill Country. Book a winter getaway for 2 nights or more and receive 20% off your stay using code HOL. Relieve your holiday stress at Latana Spa. Enjoy a round of golf at TPC San Antonio. And don't forget to make reservations at our top-rated restaurants, 18 Oaks, Cibolo Moon, and High Velocity. Visit jwsanantonio.com to book your stay.
You may be into punk rock, soft rock, or classic rock, R&B, hip-hop, or house, country, techno, or techno-country. But no matter what kind of music you listen to, here's something else you should hear. Please consider getting vaccinated. Talk to your pharmacist today about Comirnaty, COVID-19 vaccine mRNA. This message brought to you by BioNTech and Pfizer.
1911 Cigars in Cibolo is the premier cigar lounge in South Texas and the perfect place for your holiday party. 1911 Cigars is available for private events and has private cabanas with TVs, fire pits, and heaters. Book your holiday party now. A BYOB establishment, 1911 Cigars strives to allow the average cigar connoisseur a comfortable place to relax, socialize, network, and of course, enjoy a great cigar. 1911 Cigars at 202 South Main Street in Cibolo. 1911cigars.com.
Injuries happen, so if you twist, pull, pop, or snap something, you need Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Dr. Espinosa treats all non-surgical orthopedic injuries and has same-day and next-day availability. Telemedicine services are also available. There is no reason to be in pain. If you are hurting, visit Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Learn more at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com, or schedule your appointment by calling 210-804-5490.
I've bought $1 billion worth of used cars in 2021 at GiveMeTheVin.com. What that tells you real quick is I pay too much. Because if I didn't pay too much, I wouldn't get that many bought. And everybody loves us. Check out our reviews online. We've bought $1 billion this year already. We're the best, period. End of story. GiveMeTheVin.com. America's best used car buyer. Sell us your car.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
If it's rim wrecking board busting action you want, then come and get it.
Catching a right-hand dunk.
The greatest ballers on earth are doing their thing on the hard court, and we bring it to you. Catch the action on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Set your alarm to wake up with us. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Wow. Show went quick. What else? Now we got Zoo, right? I think we still got Zoo tickets.
No, give them all away.
You got the Zoo away and the Okay, good. I like Stan. Oh, okay. See if we got.
Hey, we got James Pledger in there. Do you want to crack on the mic, James? I got you turned up.
What's up, Pledge?
What's happening, dude?
How are you?
I'm always good.
You be proud of me, man. I went to see Spider-Man.
I know. I heard this morning.
And I liked it. Again, I fully understand that people have lives and jobs, so I'm not going to go too deep into it. But I did feel like a little out of place when I didn't go crazy with the whole theater on certain parts.
Yeah.
I was like, wait.
I heard you clowning on us for clapping.
I looked at my wife and we're like, oh. So I just was like, oh, I guess it's supposed to be cut. Like, and it wasn't it was like a roar.
Yeah.
You know what
No, it was awesome. I was a part of it both times.
I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here? That wasn't a curveball for me. The curveball for me, we'll talk about it off air. That was the other curveball.
The end?
Not the end, but the brother that made an appearance. I didn't know that. I had no idea that he was. So
no one else did, so that's cool.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, my thing is he's been talking about it on his Instagram now, so it's kind of like out there, but I had no idea. I didn't know. So that was the curveball for me. The other two, I expected it, but I did not expect the crowd reaction.
The crowd reaction was lit.
And then my daughter's like, don't move after the movie. So,
and that made you wait on that too.
But you know what? I was more hyped for, like, I enjoyed the movie, but because what I saw after, I was like, because I love those.
You've seen those movies.
I love those. So I was like, ooh, that's sexy. But overall, man, I give it 2 thumbs up. I enjoyed it. Great action.
Oh, yeah.
Start to finish. Good love story. Like the whole thing. I was thoroughly impressed because, again, I was worried because, Spider-Man, he has those
cult followings.
He has a cult following. He tries some of his jokes, while he's fighting.
Oh, those are the best.
You like him?
Oh, yeah. That's the way he is.
That's just who he is, right?
That was one of the greatest things. Like, everybody clowns on the Amazing Spider-Man movies, the Andrew Garfield ones.
Right.
I thought he was the best version of Peter Parker and Spider-Man because of his wit and quippiness while he fights.
Okay. Is this what? Well, Katie's gamer. She doesn't do more.
She's in too.
Is she in? So is that what she gonna do that on her show?
Yeah, we're gonna do that on the Meta.
The Meta. Yeah.
We actually did that Friday night. Because I'd seen it the night before. So when the Meta aired, I had a spoiler-free review of the movie.
How is that possible?
Just how how you enjoyed it and talking about different things. There were a lot of things to unpack within that movie, obviously.
That's where I get lost in the sauce. Like, I'm there for the action, the entertainment, like as far as like the innuendo and the inside jokes and certain stuff that like, oh, that's because of, like, I'm lost. But nonetheless, I enjoyed myself.
And that's eventually what you want out of the movie. Like, you don't need to be all caught up on everything as long as you can go into it and enjoy it.
That was all that mattered.
With an open mind. Like, that's really all it's about. The other things, the cheering, those are for the people like me. Those are for the people that are lost in the sauce. And there's a bunch of us, but you can also not be caught up on everything and enjoy the movie. And I think that's what makes this so good.
What y'all got coming up on halftime? Y'all talked about anything? Y'all gonna do it?
I mean,
I know. First of all, I know Michael Jimenez, host of halftime. I know he's ecstatic. His Saints shut out the Bucks.
I woke up to an "oh my god" type tweet.
Yeah.
Because I fell asleep during that boring ass game.
Yeah, it was. The game was so bad. Again, I started watching Lakers and Bulls. I'm like, I know I should be watching football because my audience is a football audience.
Mm-hmm.
My audience doesn't care about Lakers versus Bulls. But that Saints and Bucks game was so bad.
Trash.
It was bad.
It was trash.
I was like, I can't watch the end of this. So I went to Lakers Bulls.
And people always wonder, are you going to cut Brady slack because he lost all these games? No.
Everybody's hurt.
I'm not cutting Dak trash. I'm not cutting Brady trash. You're not getting the slack from me. You need to do with what you got. Everybody's dealing with it. And nobody cared that Dak was down weapons early in the season when he was thriving.
Facts.
My thing was, I'm watching that Cowboys game just going, man, they look bad again offensively.
So is that what halftime's going to be?
Maybe.
Y'all going to be trashing the Cowboys again?
I'm not trashing them. It's just offensively, they aren't right still. They struggled in the red zone. This is a bad Giants team.
The red zone scares me.
This is a bad Giants team, and you could only put up 21 points and 1 touchdown. Like, it hasn't been good.
No, it hasn't. So, halftime, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., Michael Jimenez, James Pledger. Had a blast, Carl. See you tomorrow.
It was
JP.
a lot of fun.
Y'all have fun on halftime. It's been R&R in the morning. Rob is out this week. He's hanging with the fam. Well, I don't know how much hanging he's doing. He's doing probably more sleeping than he's doing hanging.
He's trying to hang out that.
Yeah, but no, Rob's a gamer. It's been a fun one. We'll talk. I don't know what we're going to talk about tomorrow. We'll see. Rudy J, Karl Schoening. Y'all have a good one.